Hello? Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. Yes, friends, it's gone cold. Jesus, we're in the winter gear now, I tell you. It actually worked out quite well this year. I didn't have to shed the winter warmth layers. Do you know what I'm saying? Hope you all keep it terribly well. Hope you had a great weekend. I was, I'm coming down with something, right? The glands and all are swollen. I tell you. And what did I do today now? I was somewhat productive today. Yes, we did some things with stuff. And that's about it. I was busy yesterday. I was hoping to get back at a reasonable hour, but I didn't. And that was the kind of end of that kind of idea. So we did loads of planning on Saturday. Not a whole lot with Flight Sim on Sunday, and then we're here today, friends. Yes, we've been checking out stuff and messing around with upcoming add-ons and the stuff. But tonight, friends, for the next few hours, we get to escape. We have nothing but blue skies as we fly here in Oregon. We're going to be taking out the updated BlackSquare Piston Duke. It's a Duke! That's a piston! Yes. And we're going to be flying here out of a place called Siletz Bay, Sierra 45. As we depart here, we're going to ramble on over to Kilo Romeo Delta Mike before we get down to a place called Lake County. Now, the thing with the BlackSquare Piston Duke, or the turbine, it has incredible capabilities when it comes to navigation. Yes, we can go GPS, we can go VOR, we can even go ADF and throw in a bit of DME, AJH, right? So we're going to do a bit of that jiggery-pokery tonight. We're going to fly, we have our GPS routing there, but we're going to throw in some VOR stations along the way just to see how, proficient or efficient or indeed, can we manage the thing at all as we, do something a little bit different when it comes to our flights. But anyway, any news? Any crack in the place? No sign of me gadget yet. I'm still waiting on me switch. I got things in the mail today. Smoke and fire detectors. Yes, you can now never have too many of those. And these are smart ones. They were cheap enough, like 40 quid, and they're smart ones. I mean, they pretty much sold themselves. Smart smoke detector versus a smoke detector. I want the smart one, please. Is he certified as being smart? So that's what I just put them into places now. And see how we get on with it. But anyway, yeah, don't mount them near your ears. Right, what? So anyway, you're all very welcome in. Who's here? Look, Fierce Wolf looking fierce. And Wolfie, you're very welcome aboard. Mrs. TPHI, upside down person extraordinaire, you're very welcome aboard. Vacuum is in the house. Super Typhon is here. AJH. Heisenberg, very good afternoon. Hope you're well. Mac Vision is here. Death's Angel, good evening. Ryan is here. Schutz, good evening. Muse Fan bursts in the door with a farm sim controller. He says how he is his mad jokes. He didn't mad jokes. 54 months though, Muse at tier 3. He says, Jesus, that's almost 55 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Hope you're well. That's insane support. Krabby1 is here. Good to see you. Spitfire RAF 100. 55 months. Bloody hell, lads. 55 months. You're making me feel, What's the word? Mature. Yeah, that's the word. We'll go with that. Mature. Yeah, sure. Jess, thank you very, very much indeed. Great to see you. Kev Kira, hello. Malky Mac is in the house. Soaring AJ. AJH man, hope you're well. Bell Bro is here. Good to see you, buddy. Jack Wings, good evening. APU Inspector, happy Monday. Hope you're well. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH man, hope all is well. PS Mirandai, hello there. Hope you're well, buddy. Who else is here? Filthy, good to see you. Mick Manser is here. Zard, welcome aboard. Creo, hello to all in County Mayo. Hope you're all behaving yourselves out the west. Olsen is here. Vespia, welcome in. Where's this now? Fiber Strike is here. Good evening. He says, I flew the X-Cub over Yosemite yesterday. Ooh, nice. Only 4 minutes to the starting screen, says old veteran. Yeah, I was doing push-ups, Scott. Yep, 100. Wait, stomach crunches. I'm Patrick Bateman. I believe in taking care of myself. Jesus, those buttons. Do you remember Patrick Bateman? Name the movie. Great movie. But yeah, 4 minutes is nothing. What are you talking about anyway? That was literally like fake news. It was 11 seconds, Scott. 11 seconds. Daddy Plump is here, good evening. Followed by a 1 hour intro. Super Tie, now, right, now. We'll have Cunas down now with the Bookaloo below, a bit of buns and boiler. Right. Well,
Jesus.
no messing now. They'll be cutting. They'll cancel the curry chips and all after you last year now, lads. Right. So you want to be watching what you're saying and it's as if you're saying anything at all. Right. Oh, Sunjammer, good to see you. Digital Marcus here. He did the route in a DC3. Ooh. Speaking of a DC3, we're going to be flying that machine on Sunday. Yes, next Sunday, friends, we'll do our Market Garden commemorative flight as we take some DC3s, C-47s, out for a spin. Stick Figure, good evening. Dr. Diggler, welcome aboard. Canoe Head 2, happy autumnal equinox. And many happy returns. It is the autumn. It's getting there. Rambok Mord is in the house. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Tarnish Mossman, good evening. Corn Wolf is here. Welcome aboard. How are you, buddy? Jesus, Corn Wolf. Look at this. 29 months with Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed. My dude. Defined Prawn is here. Good to see you. 29 months, right? Sunjammer, you're welcome in. Gibbo Ireland is in the chat. Asha, how are you, Gibbo? Some say the man has got himself a PlayStation. Now, Gibbo, did you turn it on? Yeah, right. Did you turn it on yet? What's it like? You've been with Xbox for years. This is like a total change of things, man. Right? It's like trying VR or something for the first time. Or going outside. Madness. Nighthawk, good to see you. We just had tropical thunderstorms. Wait, what? Flying Tonight is here, welcome in. Max Stallion, good to see you. My dude. Get a good shot of whiskey down you, right? Jesus. Right, where's this now? Resonate. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're well. Hammer Nails. Don't mount them near your ears. Right? Mr. 90 is here. Good to see you, buddy. Stu Snape, Tier 3, 8 months. Happy new car. And more importantly, welcome to the Skoda Group. Yes, he's joined the infamous Skoda Group. That will get you free meals, first line access, discounts on any sort of clothing you want at a location that will remain a secret. Right? Brilliant. Skoda's brilliant. KRDM is here. We're doing it next Sunday. KRDM next Sunday. Flyer 10, guten Abend, mein friend. Hope you're well. The Impossible Face. Ahoy, ahoy. Hope all is well with you, buddy. Who else come in the door here now? Manic DJ, welcome in. Smart, use the phone to learn House on Fire. Yeah, that's smart, right? Hello? Is it? Oh, Jay. Right. Brilliant. Crabby One. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the way to do it. Vincy, good evening. Toto2495. Welcome aboard, man. Smart doesn't always mean they're smart enough to do the job right. Right. They're smart. Idle Cutoff. He says, how are you, Murph? Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary, where it's nighttime and cold. It was 1 degree this morning. What? Who does temperatures that shagging low? I was on the Lemsip and everything last night. Do you want to see this day to me? Wrapped up in a big blanket. Do you know, I'm alright-ish now. I've glands that are swollen. But apart from that, oh Jesus. I tell you now, if you could only feel them, lads. If you got them in a lucky bag, you'd nearly bring it back. Right? Where's this now? Mr. Minimite, good evening. Hope you're well. Photos by Kev is here. How's you cutting, Kev? Did you get the gadget put together yet? Did you have fun? Did you invent any new interesting words, and heavy noises? Arr! And the like. But yes, Norse Viking, good to see you. I'm in the Starship on Join FS. Command Tarnish, we've Join FS up and running now in a moment. I'm going to try and join you guys tonight, says Mr. Minimite. Just wondering which server. We're going to be on the Southeast Asian server this evening, and you're more than welcome to join us. Tenured is here for 9 months, my guy. Thank you very, very much indeed. Insane support, lads. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much indeed. As Alan Crotty, no, not Alan, but a Crotty came in, a Crotty. He says, Murph and Fireflies, someone turned off the light in the sky. It is practically dark out there now. Yes, and they also turned off the heating as well. Bloody hell, Father Ted. But yes, where is this now? 17 minutes. Well, what's the starting airport code? Sierra 45. Yes. Where is this now? Linny Bobbins is here. Good evening. Pizza's here, but down, feet up. Foot down, feet up. Very good. Do you know what we had tonight, lads? We had a roast dinner tonight. Yes, we had roast ham. It was actually boiled ham. But Jesus, then it was lovely. Absolutely. Now, I could do it with a lie down on the couch, watching an old World War II documentary, wearing a fleece. You know the type, right? Jesus. But anyway, was the Skoda a buy two, get one free? Wished. rubbish. Dazza Tiara is here. Good to see you, Dazza. You're looking... Do you know it's younger looking you're getting? Good to see you, man. Wills, 1985. Happy Monday. Where is this now? Quaddy subscribing tier 2 for 7 months. 7 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. The man's a legend. So, Murph, was people to touch his glands? Wait. No, only I can. That's raw. 1 degree must be what minus 15 is for us. Bet those glands are the reason why your voice is so globby and about to give in. My voice isn't globby, is it? Jesus, we've only started on the rat me look. Mark says if you're heavy, wait, what? What? Where's this going, Mark? If you're heavy, watch the trees at the end of the south. Ah, right, grand. The plane, you mean? Jesus. But anyway, SimSeat is mounted on the H3 rig using a 40x40 profile, and tomorrow the Collective will be mounted on some sort of 80x40 section. Photos by Kev knows the numbers, right? In a box, man. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Monday. Hope you're well. He has a ham voice. Wait, what? How sick are you? Give out. No. You see, I know the question in response to how sick are you, Murph? Well, are you, did you? Ah, brilliant. Oh, where's this now? It's not gobbly. It's just him trying to sound Irish. Wait, what? Sunjammer, here we go again. Another week with an Egypt. I resemble that comment. Yes, it is. Right, who else is here? Great bunch of lads. Black Sheep Gene is here. Hello, Gene.
Hey.
Jesus, the buttons here now. Robert Harrison. Welcome aboard. Northland Air, good evening. Hope you're well, buddy. Kubi Montana, welcome aboard. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Happy Monday, buddy. Lee Russell, top of the evening. Visualize is here. Ragged Donkey, happy Monday. Angels 15, welcome aboard. Nick Clements, I need to leave the sim update for beta. Yes. Who it is now? Bart, welcome in. Uniform Goose. Good day, Goose. Ehrman is here. Welcome aboard. Mr. Classic, you're very welcome in. Hope all is well. The slick one says, finally my day is made now. Aha, brilliant. Hammernail says, so is eating ham code for something else? No. Being sick is. I bought a sleeping bag today and it has arms and legs. I might need to donate it to Murph. Zang, right? Arms and legs in a sleeping bag, though. Jesus. But yes, Commander Balosh, good to see you, buddy. Phantom Diablo says, I heard a rumour that the Irish invented Murphy, and they've been asking for a refund ever since. There's no refunds now, you can check off. And everything else that you heard is all, rumours, right? Is it a ham hang up? No, but you wouldn't be far off getting the ham sweats. Jesus, that was lovely. We had ham, we had gravy, we had corn, we had roast spuds, we had potato croquettes. Ooh, very fancy now. Yes, and Yorkshire puddings. Jeez, they were brilliant. And yeah, that's kind of where it is. Right, enough about food. I can't think of food anymore. Although I'm starting to get hungry again. Right, buttons here. There's one. There's two. Ah, yes. Brilliant and excellent. And welcome aboard. If you're watching us, friends, over on the tube of you, we've 2 streams running today, as what we did all last week. We have a vertical stream. Oh, the times. A vertical stream whereby instead of seeing me, this way, you get to see me, that way, kind of. And, well, that's where we are. That's where we are. And I've made some adjustments to my setup where I can see things with stuff. And I think I have a button here now. Is this the button? Ah, look at the science. Look at the science the man has. So this is where I now have mounted my tablet, look. Ooh. Beside all my buttons and stuff. So that's where that lives. In the fancy frame, look. I'm telling you now, lads, it'd have been flat out, right? Vertical stream, peeing off a cliff. Wait, what? I'm personally not much of a fan of the vertical phone screen. Yeah, but think about it, Super Tie. I mean, if they ever did away with televisions and we all had to use, doesn't your belly hit that? Will you shag off, Zard, will you? I've mentioned it at least 6 times. I'll hold my stomach in. Imagine if they got rid of, televisions and stuff, and tablets, and we all had to be, stuck with telephones. It used to be called telephones, right? But that's where it would end up, The Irish invented Murphy. They called it a T-Rex. Mr. Classic, see, he gets it. Vertical goodness. Yes, that's exactly what it is. An iPad ideal for the small hands. Does that include a view of your bald spot on your head? Yorkshire pudding in Ireland, that's Irish. Yeah. It is a Yorkshire pudding, isn't it? The weird kind of pastry fellas. You know, never will only take my TV away when they pry it from my cold dead fingers. Get back, you heathen. Brilliant. But yes, a scary wolf is here. Good to see you, buddy. I say a scary. Should it be a scary? We'll go with a scary. Where is this now? Probably the beer belly kicking in. You have to think of these things. What do you mean the beer belly kicking in? Just did not see. Hang on, look. Where is it? Here now, look. There is sufficient space between Murph and the tablet. Now, granted, when I'm in trying to fly the thing, you know what I'm saying? It's cozy, lads. Right. You know, cozy. But it's grand. I'm not hitting up against it. Right? Ham belly. Yeah, Jesus. Can we have the swear jar? Except, you know, you have to put a penny in the jar whenever you upset me. Fucking thing, we'd be all rich. But anyway, right. We still like it. Thanks, Ard. Only the hottest muffin tins make the best Yorkshire pudding. What? No, a scaredy, but I do sometimes like to say a scar-y or scary. Ooh. The chat is savage tonight. Yes, I've been savage to resonate. B. Carla, welcome in. Divine Prawn, it's Orbex scenery tonight, S45, which is that of Siletz Bay here in a place called Glenendon Beach in the United States, right? Still noticeable, and I bet it'll expand next year. Oh, Jesus. Let's not fat shame people. Just more cushion for the pushing. Listen, you can't now, in fairness. You know, I mean, I give as good as I get, in fairness. But, like, do you know, the way I look at it is, lads, right? If there was to be a global shortage or, you know, we're lost in a desert island, but you're all shagged. I last a little bit longer than most of you. Do you know what I mean? You know, most. As Hayden walks in the door. Hello, Hayden. Good evening. Hope you're well. I'm getting savage tonight. They're after everything. My hair, my stomach, right? Me voice, me glands, me hands. Jesus. Nothing new here, so. But anyway. Savage, yeah. Blatant savagery. Yeah. Blatant. But it's grand. What hair? Don't listen to the Murph. You do you. Scratch that itch. Can I ban Gibbo? Can I? Or even can I kick him? You know. Brilliant. No, shag off. There's no refunds. You'll only last until someone outruns you. Yeah. Rolling Stone. Good to see you.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
It's all right, Adam. I think they're only playing. Is he whinging again? I'm not whinging. They're all having a go at me, giving about me voice and everything, Adam. It's terrible. Gibbo's a bad man. He is a bad man. One Fly Air is here. He goes, hi, Murph and Mrs. Two-Tone and all. Hope all is well. You too. He might bounce it off your belly if you kick him. Get in my belly. Right. You friggin' shower of showers. Let's go off and do a thing with the yoke look. So we're here with the outrageously awesome BlackSquare Piston Duke. The Beechcraft Duke, they're not terribly common, funny enough. BE60 is the ICAO code. And, well, what we have here, it has been updated for Flight Sim 2024 with a further update scheduled after Sim Update 4 drops. And a lot of the changes, couple of new features, but there was more bug fixes and just kind of general kind of tidying up. That's what BlackSquare have done with Nick Kazansky. And the Dukes remain some of the absolute best twin-engine aircraft. I'd even go as far as to say this, they are some of the best general aviation airplanes you can get in Flight Sim. They are excellent, and the level of detail on them is absolutely frightening when it comes to the systems, be it from the electrical side, the engine, you get a full engine visualizer, also the navigation options are quite outstanding on this machine as well. So I'm very excited to go flying this. Now what we're doing today, as I said, rather than just going kind of point A to point B and so on and so forth, well, we're going to do a little bit of VOR navigation, right? Very high frequency omnidirectional range. And what that basically means is there's a station somewhere out the road here that's transmitting on a particular frequency at very high frequencies in a 360 degree pattern. It's almost like a lighthouse, if you will. But instead of a light, it's a signal, right? And what we do, we turn our onboard equipment, we turn it to the nav channel of that particular station, and that will give us a bearing. It'll give us a location of where we're going to fly to. Now the VOR is, there's one out here, there's a VOR and DME, and there's all different symbols that you'll check to know and identify these on your charts. For example, if we go over here to Corvallis, right, and how we'll know that there's a VOR sitting here or some sort of navigational aid. See the big blue circle around it here on Navigraph, right? And if we kind of go in a little bit closer, we can see, well, just underneath the chart, there's information here for Corvallis, 115.4, and it's giving us a, see this here? This is a Morse code identifier. So if we tune into this station, we should hear something like this. Right, something like that. And the idea being is that's how we can navigate without being able to see it. Hence we fly by instrument flight rules rather than visual flight rules. Now what makes all this terribly fun today, because, well, we actually have blue skies. The weather conditions here are absolutely incredible, but these are ideal times to be practicing with some instrument flying, because, well, you know, you're VFR, but you can bend it into a bit of IFR training, knowing that there's no real consequence because you can still fly VFR, all right? So what I'm thinking of doing, I think we're going to fly direct to the VOR over here at Corvallis, right? I just need to find where the actual station is. I imagine it's very close to the airport. So if you come out of this chart for the minute and we go into, there she be, there, look. There's the VOR station. And how we know there's VOR and DME, does anyone know, if you look at that icon, does anyone know how they can say there's a DME? Now DME, what it means, distance measuring equipment. Basically it'll tell you how far you are from or to that location, because they send that information on the same frequency, right? But what we have here is there's an octagon. We call it the octagon. The octagon means that's your VOR station. There is a box around said octagon. Exactly right, the slick one. There's a box around it showing that it has DME. So that's a VOR DME. All right? So that is what we're going to fly to. So we're going to drag our little gadget here and drop them on that. It's a box of God. There you go. Now, in terms of other nav aids along the way, well, we have GPS nav aids, right? We've waypoints. We have airways, right? The Victor 269er, for example. You could have an ADF, right? Automatic direction finder, which is basically, think of that, if you will, as, you know, a giant pin in the ground. It doesn't communicate outwards or inwards. You just fly to its location. It doesn't give you necessarily distance. It just kind of says, I'm over here, right? And then we have other things. They're similar to VOR, but they would come up as a different icon, or perhaps they are the same, or they're very different. This one here, for example, at Deschutes at Redmond, right? So Deschutes, this is not a TACAN. Sorry, it's not a VOR, nor is it a DME. It's a TACAN, right? And well, the difference with these guys are your VOR-TAC, all this VOR TAC, so basically your TAC, it's more aimed at kind of military navigation as well. So what we'd have here is, we probably would, depending on what it is, it's high altitude, right? Not necessarily very high altitude, but you might get a range to this. You may not, but we'll check it. We'll dial it in and see what happens, right? So I think we're going to fly to that little fella as well, so we'll drop him in there. The reason being is, well, we're not going to fly by our GPS now. We're going to fly by our instruments, by our nav equipment, all right? Then we're going to do our first stop over to Redmond, and then from Redmond, we're going to be heading down to the southeast, and we have a beautiful, beautiful nav aid at Lakeview that we can intercept on our way down. Now, if we look around, always look around the airports in which you're flying, because put it this way, right? If the weather was bad, we would have to add these nav aids to our route. You'd have to, because, well, how else are you going to navigate? You won't be able to see where you're going, all right? So if you were doing a flight plan, for example, in an airliner, well, it tends to go by the high IFR charts or tracks, and it'll find all these mad nav aids or waypoints along the way. That's how it gets you to, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much the jazz behind it. So with that now dialed in, we do have our own direct route, but we're going to see, can we slightly aim off it and fly to some of these nav stations along the way. Now, they all have a little frequency. So, for example, Corvallis is going to be 115.4. The next one then at Deschutes is going to be 117.6. And then we have another one down at Lakeview, 112 flat, 112. So these are frequencies we need to put into our nav radio. Our comm radio is to do with, well, that's communication, comm. Your nav radios, navigation. They're the navigation frequencies, and that's what we go by. All right. So you can plan all sorts of stuff flying by VOR. It's awesome. The sad thing is, VOR is pretty much getting phased out, right? Yeah, it's still part of pilot training programs because, well, you know, if the Americans for the crack some morning decide to turn off satellite navigation, well, sure, you need these, right? But VOR stations, they're accurate, they work, and it tends to be, and it is an actual station on the ground. That's what we're going to fly to. TACANs are something similar. Effectively, you have an instrument on the ground that's transmitting a signal, right? So it's always fun to plan your routes by this, even if you're VFR, because you can get some really interesting routes in and around different traffic and stuff. All right. So that's the stab of that. We'll come back and down here to our VFR, and we have our sectional charts. So depending on what the wind is, we're going to grab the weather here now in a moment, and well, we can see where we're going to be taking off. Beautiful part of the world. We're right on the coast here, and the weather conditions, it's just stunning. We've beautiful weather here across the whole neck of the woods. So we're going to be flying in an easterly direction. We're technically VFR, so we have to pick an odd altitude, right? 1-3, well, usually above 3,000 feet. So 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, whatever, plus 500 feet. Them's the rules. We have to add 500 feet because we are VFR. This is all to do with separation of other aircraft. All right? So we're going to be flying in an easterly direction, and then it's going to be southeasterly direction. So our same altitude should help us along the way. Now, as we're looking at our sectional charts, well, we can see these big numbers here, the Mora numbers, basically telling us what the safe altitude is going to be. So see here, you have a 6.4, you have a 4.6, you have a 6.2, you have a 10.7. So they're letting you know where the altitude on the ground, AGL, is going to be. So we have to put that into, put it into our plan when we're flying. We can't just say, right, we're going to fly at 5,000 feet. That's grand until we get out the road, but then we're going to have to climb again. All right. So if it was an IFR flight plan, you'd have an assigned altitude. If it's IFR, they'll tell you where to fly. If you're VFR, it's up to you, but within reason. Jane says TACAN in the US is for military, civilians don't use it. Okay. Is it not available for them to use, or they just don't use it at all? That's interesting. I've used TACAN. I think they can use it for nav aids. Or maybe they don't need to use it. Maybe that's the point. But yeah, so that's kind of the stab of it here. Just to give ourselves an idea of where we are. Well, that's Portland to our north, San Francisco's to our south. We're just kind of heading inland. That's the neck of the woods where we're going. All right. So if we go back here to our runways, we've got 2 runways available. There's no wind information here. We will grab the METAR. Closest weather to us is out the road. VFR conditions, winds are 3308 knots, good visibility. It's clear sky conditions, 17 degrees, and an altimeter of 3016. Not available, different frequencies. Yeah, Gene, I think it depends on your equipment though, on your aircraft. Do you know what I mean? Can you use a TACAN in a civilian airplane, or is that just different equipment? Usually they're different equipment, but it depends on the equipment that you have. Years and years ago, you wouldn't have the dials wouldn't be able to move to that frequency. But sure, everything's gone digital now. Do you know what I mean? So you could technically use it as an nav aid. Vortac, that is a Vortac. That's what they are, Mr. Anderson. These are Vortacs, bar one. Oh no, I think they're both Vortacs. So this one here, LKV, Lakeview, that's a Vortac. I don't think we can use it. If you have a Vortac, then it's good. Ah, sorry, right. These are Vortac stations, lads. These are all VOR TAC. Hence, they're on a civilian map. Do you get me? So I think TACAN. I need to look into that. But VOR TAC, you can use, 100%. Currently working on. Have a great flight. Sourdough man, have a good day at work. Good day at work, buddy. If you have a Vortac, it's good for civilian use as well. If only TACAN, then you need TACAN equipment on the bird. Aha, gotcha, okay. Fortac is just both the VOR and TACAN. Yeah. There's VOR there. Okay. Tactical air navigation. Come on yourself. That's the one. Winkle Gaster, thank you very much indeed for 23 months. Cheers, man. I wonder then, are there only TACAN frequencies on your VFR charts? I wonder. There's a question. Does anyone know that? Civilian aircraft can use part of TACAN. The distance measuring equipment signal is the same as the civilian DME. As for the directional component, one big reason is that the military don't want you to. Tactical antenna, ultra high frequency. There are channels, not regular frequencies. Okay, so like channel 1, channel 2, this sort of stuff. What was the question? Can you see TACAN frequencies on your sectional VFR or your sectional charts? VFR charts. The DME portion of the TACAN system available for civilian use. Gotcha, okay. Aircraft equipped with TACAN avionics can use the system for en route navigation as well as non-precision approaches to landing fields. Ooh. Well, that's the joy, again, being in flight simulation. Like, I mean, for example, if you're in a military aircraft, right? And depending if the developer has coded this, some aircraft, some of the military aircraft can actually intercept TACAN frequencies. I'm almost certain that's true. Because I remember talking... Was it Azra Poly or was it Inibel? Someone told me anyway. Yeah, no, REO can read TACANs. Or could it be... Do you know, it could have been DC Designs. Interesting. But yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. They're more so obviously in the States. More so in the States. In the box, in the name of the frequencies. Yeah. It's in the box. Gotcha. Sweet. Anyway, right. That's what we're looking at. What was the weather? 330, right? 330. So we'll be taking off runway 35. So we'll disappear you for the moment. Here is our beautiful aircraft that we need to get into action as we're sitting here on the ramp. I've multiplayer turned off, but I will turn it on. So let me see. We're going to hop into the Duke. And because it's BlackSquare and their sound, well, we can do our walk around from inside the aircraft, or indeed we can go outside. That's up to us. But I'll do it from inside the aircraft. So we're going to top up some fuel here. And we're in litres now. We'll go to gallons there. We'll go 90 gallons in each engine. All right. Remove the covers and the pitot covers and the wheel chocks. We'll also get the cabin door closed. Lovely job. We have a little window open here as well. It's a tremendous airplane. Tremendous airplane. Zach Thompson, thank you very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. MV is here. Welcome aboard. All right, so checking on our engine. So before we go, engine condition 90% and 93%. Now, I don't think that's necessarily because I'm rough. Well, I am rough, but it tends to be wear and tear as well. The condition of your engine, regardless of how well you maintain it, well, it's going to run down over time. And this is all simulated by BlackSquare aircraft. It's quite incredible. The electrical system, we're currently in a cold and dark setup. Cabin, 60 it's not too bad. It's kind of it might be clogged with ham. It's comfortable outside, 16 or 17 degrees, and there's no active failures. Right, super duper. We're going to be starting on the right engine today. We're going to remove the control locks from both sides, make sure our controls are free and correct, which they are. Before turning on that battery, landing gear is in the down position, flaps in the up position, and we've no surfaces there that are going to start moving as soon as we start pressing buttons. Disappear you for the moment. Coming down here, nav and beacon light, we'll put them on the ready to go as we turn on the battery. Master battery coming on. Beautiful. And we do have an owl thermometer down here. Yeah, we're just 14 degrees. And you can tap the glass as well. Absolutely brilliant. Right side is 99, left is still 100 with 13.8 hours. That's quite impressive, Digital Merc. What have I on this machine? Where's my tack hours? Where's my little Hobbs meter? Oh, it's usually under the gadget, isn't it? Does anyone see it? No? How many friggin' hours have I got on this machine? Not much by the looks of things, Murph. 5 hours? That can't be right. Okay, yeah, so I'm terribly rough. Terribly rough. But anyway, we're going to bring up this little visualizer for our right engine because we need to put on the pre-oiler. So we'll turn this gadget on. Little oil pump starts moving oil up and around the block. And cowl flaps are open. Verify. They're open. So if you're looking closely on the tablet, you'll actually see the oil starting to move around, getting all that lubrication in and doing the stuff, right? Sandman, good to see you. Spending quite a bit of time in the Duke. The Duke is amazing. It really, really is. All right, so the pre-oiler, it's oiled. But while we're waiting, we're going to go ahead and, well, get this aircraft into action. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on our fuel pumps. And we're going to turn on the, the fuel valves are open. Fuel pump on the right side. Mr. Rich. And we're going to prime it. To prime it, it's going to be throttle full. You can see your fuel flow come up. It should stabilize at around 100. Hold for about 4 or 5 seconds. Lower it back down, just above idle. And fuel pump off. Sweet. Keen Lafford is here from South Tipperary. Good to see you. Mosh is here. Welcome in, Mosh. Right, we're going to go for a start on this. Pre-oiler off. Mags have been set all across. We'll say clear prop. And we'll give it a start and see what happens. Beautiful. All right. Lower the mixture out a small bit as we're idling. Keep the RPM below 1,000. Don't let it cut out. And we have a good start on the right side. Generator coming on. Get that battery recharged. Frozen Gamer, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Right, we repeat the process for the left side. Pre-oiler coming on. Allow that to get its way all the way around the engine. While we're waiting, we're going to engage the left fuel pump. Mixture full. Do the same crack again. Throttle fully up. Let your fuel stabilise at around 100 litres. The Flyer Studio says, Murph, my post above will clarify TACAN and VORTAC. Work with TACAN every day as military ATC, so hopefully it answers it. Oh, good man. Cheers, buddy. Okay, booster off. Pre-oiler off. Right, left, both. Clear prop. And she didn't want to fire. Most unusual. I suspected I flooded it. Right, we'll try it again. So to start this is going to be mixture out. Turn the divil. And then fuel in. Ooh. Now let's have a look. Left engine condition, repair engine no, pre-oiler, she's fully oiled. Mags are on. Mags look good. We can clean the plugs, but that's a bit much. So what we do here, I suspect I'm after shagging the thing. So we're going to start this high. Stand back there now. Easy now, Jemima. We're going to run it without fuel. And now we're going to try it again. There she fires. Probably I fouled it a little bit, but we're alright now. I watch the RPM, reduce some of that mixture, and let it all sit on idle. Left generator coming on. Avionics master switch. Engage. Inverter on. And we're looking good there. Close the window. The impressive thing about all this, lads, it's the fact that they... it's all modelled. It's all being simulated here, which is absolutely incredible. Think about it. I was chatting away, yapping, not minding my business, with the engine fully primed, and then I try and start it. So there's too much fuel in there. You look, it's brilliant. It's little details. Having to refuel before leaving the airport. Wait, what? Who? Yeah, we flooded it. Yeah. It's a little long of a reply, so apologies. Not at all, Flyer Studios. Appreciate it, man. Listen, lads, we're here to learn. And that's what it's all about. So, initial altitude, we're going to set, well, we looked at it already. We're going to say 7,500. For the moment, and then we see what we can do after that, alright? As we continue on down to our checks, we're going to leave those cowl flaps opened. Electrical systems are looking good, but we're going to test them, right? Pedos, don't need those for the moment. Lights are looking good. Our generator loads, we're going to have a quick check on these on the ground. So both generators are now active. My plan here is, if I shut down the right generator, we'll see a drop, but the left generator should increase, thus showing me that the gens are working. So drop the right comes down, left goes up to take over the load. Put them back on. We'll do the same. This time the left will drop, the right should come up. We're looking good. And if you turn off both gens, voltage drops like a divil on the battery. Perfect. What else do you want to do here now? Pitch trim can be activated. We will be using that for our flight. Cabin temperature is okay. We're going to keep this thing off at the moment, but we have aircon and all the jazz here if we need it. Cabin altitude, we shouldn't be going too high today. It's set kind of default. We should be okay with that. And well, then the last bit of the jigsaw is going to be our flight plan. All right. Vaporizing fuel can be a real thing. It absolutely can. Daring Daz, good to see you. Yeah, Belbro, the sounds of this, man, these are awesome. These are awesome. Now, what else can we do here? We can also test the inverters. So, with the main inverter off, we've lost some of our systems. We can go to the standby. And back onto main. Inverter's looking okay. Keep the avionics on. Booster pumps are working fine. Pre-oiler is working fine. Oxygen is over here on our left-hand side. We have sufficient if we need it. That's our oxygen on-off switch. The valve, you can hear it doing its stuff. Sky Command is here. Toots, we get it. You're insanely attractive. Tone it down there. The kids are watching. Sky Command, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well, man. How are you keeping? What else we need to do here now? I think we're good, lads. I think we're good. So as the engine continues to warm up, we're going to go into our flight plan and we'll put in our destination, KLKV. And we have an en route along the way, which is going to be that of KRDM. KRDM. Lovely hurdling. Now, that's our flight plan based on our GPS, but we're doing one more with our GPS, yeah? We want to go by VOR, right? So we'll bring back up an Avigraph just before we pull out, and let's have a look at that first waypoint. So we're going to be flying down to Corvallis, right? And the Corvallis VOR, if we look at it, the frequency is that of 115.4. So we can put it in over here. So 115.4, transfer, make it active. We won't get any reading of it just yet. We should, but we'll wait and see. Now, we'll also put on our VOR, our VLOC, vertical, vertical guidance, very similar to what your car is. You ever see VNAV and LNAV? Yeah? Well, LNAV is your longitudinal navigation. That's pretty much like the GPS in your car. You couple that with VNAV, then it gives you vertical navigation, how high or low you have to go, right? But anyway, I digress. All this is looking good, all that's looking good. We were saying it's runway 35, or sorry, 33 was it? Yeah, 35. Alrighty. We're looking good here, looking good there. Taxi light, come on. Would you like Amanda Hug and Kiss? Amanda Hug and Kiss. I'll go ahead and turn on our multiplayer. Online. Multiplayer. Let's hope now we don't have the same fiasco we had last week, but sure, let's see what happens. Gonna come off the brakes. Small bit of power. Alright. And be careful as we taxi. We don't want to be bouncing into any of these lovely little T-hangers all around us here now. Here's the multiplayer crew loading in. I suspect there's a few of us tonight. It'll be all stuttery and jumpy out for a moment. Symphonic, good to see you, man. Blue skies, my dude. I know we're going to hit Simon. Look out. Oh no, we were all right. We were all right. We were all right. Okay, Symphonic, you're most welcome, my dude. Hope you're well. All right. Easy now. So we will be using our HSI for all of this. That's going to give us direction. It's going to give us a course, and that's going to be our main instrument that we're using today, right? So now looking at the weather stock, the wind is blowing down from the left, so we go down to the right, lads. Yeah. Easy does it. Good man, Rex. In with the A400.
Good buddy.
Adam B. Twitch is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. 18 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. All right, as we're waiting, notch of flaps, flight control test just before we go, and we're going to do a run-up just before we leave here as well. Also, altimeter, we're going to be squawking VFR, and if we go over here to the function, we're looking for density altitude if there is such a thing today. 18 degrees Celsius, density altitude reading at about 240 feet. We're right at the side of the coast, so we're altitude is low. Density altitude wouldn't really be playing havoc with us. Yeah, Corn Wolf, I was watching Jamie fly through it earlier on this morning. Absolutely nuts. Balut, beautiful airplane, man. Looks like the 414. Stutters are real, says Scott. Are you flying, Scott? Or are you watching on my screen? What scenery is this? This is Orbex for Siletz Bay, Sierra 45. It's quite pretty. Just watching me, yeah. We're getting. You'll always get stutters on the ground. I'm getting about 110 frames here, but the stutters, if I turn off multiplayer, I'm getting like 250. Ouch, 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 ouch. Anyway, let's see how we get on here, friends. There's Angels 1-5. The Duke really is an amazing machine. Amazing machine. Alright, easy now, Murph. Easy now. The Duke is my go-to for GA. Like, the next one we're going to fly, probably next week, lads, it's going to be back over to that Aerostar. The updates A2A are putting into that are incredible, you know. Twang Gaming, good to see you, buddy. Now, the wind is calm enough. Ideally, you want to be pointing your props into the wind. That's to get a proper reading from this, but we can't, so we shan't. So we're going to sit here. We're going to put mixture rich. We're going to increase our RPM to 2,000 on RPM. Easy does it. Temperatures and pressures, they're not fully there yet, so we'll gently increase. Easy. And what we want to do now is going to be a mag check for a run up. So we're sitting on about 2,000. Come on down here. We're going the right engine first. Over to the right mag. There's a drop of about 80. Back to both. She regains. Left mag on the right engine. There's a drop similar. Back to both. Now we go over to the left engine, we're going to drop it down to the right mag. Left side drops back. 50 to 100 RPM is quite okay. Back to both. On the left mag, similar drop. And we're listening out for all sorts of coughing and spluttering. We don't hear any, so we're good. Now we're going to cycle our prop. We're looking for three things. First, drop in RPM. Second one we're going to look for is going to be an increase in our manifold pressure. Slight increase. And then a third one we're going to look for is a drop in our fuel flow. Sweet. Now, if we were doing a fourth one, that's, you know, you're looking for oil at that stage. You're trying to see is there any oil jumping out. Right. Kozaki, good to see you, buddy. Now we'll join FS this as well here, boys. Alrighty, so let me see, before we go any further, run-up is complete. Beacon and Rico lights on, also strobe and nav. Here's one for you as well, lads, if you've never done this in the Duke. When you're on the ground, engines off, turn on your strobe lights, you'll actually hear the photocell warm up and recharge after the light flashes. I kid you not. That's the level you're at with this thing. You'll actually hear the photocell recharge. It's friggin' nuts, the detail. The nuts. Alright, so cabin temperature 20 degrees. We'll stick it on to auto cool. Keep this flap closed so that we shouldn't have this on takeoff, so we'll close that. And then we'll do auto cool once we get airborne. Last thing I want is the old aircon on during takeoff. Right, we're looking good. Lights are set, flaps are set. Off the brake. And we're going to enter the runway. While we're here, we're going to be putting our heading indicator in direction of travel. We've already set our altitude. So once we get airborne with the autopilot, heading is armed, attitude is armed. Aviator Apollo, good to see you. So you'd have your aircon off. One, it's going to create drag. Two, it's taking away resources from your engine. So you'd have it turned off. Alright, feet on the brakes. Let's have a quick look. Radar altitude was set for 300 feet. Plan of attack here, lads. We're going to take off, fly the runway heading, gain a bit of altitude. Might turn left out over the sea. Get a nice view of the beaches down there. And then we'll see when we can start picking up some activity on our screens for the VFR. Are we ready? Power coming in. Walking, talking, soon to be squawking, off the brakes. Let's go flying. Takeoff power set. Airspeed alive. Coming up on 80 knots. We're going to rotate at 90. Yepsy daisy. Positive rate of climb, indicating the climb. Gear up, tapping our toe brakes. We'll pitch for best speed. Maintain 100. And we're out of there. About 1,200 feet in the climb. Flaps coming in. We'll add in a bit of electric trim here now. Keep the nose up. And relax the body. After takeoff, we're looking good. Speed now 120. VFR needle is starting to jump around the place. Reduce some of that RPM. Keep it out of the red zone. And we'll activate our autopilot. That's going to hold our heading and our attitude as we continue to climb. Beautiful. Dougal McTavish, good to see you, buddy. Still no flying for now. Still building and changing the desk. Dougal, I hope you're well, mate. 20 degrees. Let's go ahead and get this blower on. And I'll open up our air conditioning unit. It's going to cool down the cabin. We'll keep it at around 16, 17 degrees, something like that. Killer Penguin, good to see you. You're flying for the second. Are you flying for the second tower? Says Jeff. What do you mean second tower? Let's have a look here now. All right, we're looking good here. We're on heading mode. We're climbing nicely. Altimeter's already set. We are getting a reading on our VFR, but we'll follow that in a moment. Now it's going to be a left turn, lads. Let's call this one 270 degrees out over the sea. As we'll get to that position now. We're looking good. And what we'll do now, I've got buttons all over the shop here tonight. So lads, if you're on the Xbox, press 1. PC Pilots, press 2. If you're using JoinFS or Skynet, it's number 3. And for everyone else, you press number 4 and enjoy the things that happen, you know, with the stuff and the things. Hello Fireflies, welcome to the Flying Circus. We'll live stream Monday to Friday, 1900 Zulu time, right here. All right. Now, did you hear the sounds of this thing? And my cameras are all working right. I click the button. Have a listen to the engine sounds as I move around the plane. You ready now, right? Just have a listen. Now I'll start moving around, watch. Isn't that impressive? It's just done so well. Right, calm everything here now because we're pushing the absolute bejesus out of this. So, ease back on the manifold, ease back on our RPM. Let's go 25, 25, and we can reduce some of this mixed draw as we continue on. Now we want to do a little bit of climbing here, so we're going to come off our heading for the moment. Get a little bit of a climb in there. There we go. About 1,000 or so. And let's see, can we hold attitude on this? Interesting. Right, so we want attitude on this one, please.
Hello there.
So, let me see. Up the hill. Up you divil ya. Up you divil ya. There we go. Try and get ourselves trimmed for that. We will go altitude. Murphy, you're making a balls of the situation. Up you get, you divil. Bit of trim. Bit more trim, get us into a bit of a climb. You can do it, Betsy. There we go. So we want about, 700. Hold the attitude, and let's start turning us over to the left. With autopilot, do you arm it before takeoff? If it's me, yeah, I always do that. Flying tonight, multiplayer slideshow. Flying tonight, have you by any chance wake turbulence turned on? Just out of interest. Okay, so we're going to focus here on this VOR station. Are we getting a reading from it? Yes, we are getting a reading. So we're going to start turning some dials here until this thing adds up. What we're looking for here first and foremost, see this arrow? See the white arrow? That means we're flying towards something, yeah? So if I get this and everything aligns up, this is going to show me, oh, easy now. This should show me the direction in which we're supposed to be going. Now, I don't believe we're supposed to be flying straight to it, but, well, let's just see what happens. Maybe we are. So, if we really want to get interesting here, get ourselves back up to that magenta line, right? Left turn coming in, 360 degrees. And we're going to get ourselves back closer to where our magenta line was, and then we'll follow it down to that VOR, because we will start seeing this gadget move. We are perfect. Keeping on the VOR. We're sitting on around 5,300 feet. We need to go a little bit higher than this. But we're okay for now. How are we looking out there, lads? Oh, beautiful. Right, temps and pressures are looking good. We're going to close those cowl flaps. They do add to our drag, so we're going to bring those in. But they take ages to close, so I think I have a button here that does them. I do. I have a little button bound for cowl flaps. Otherwise, you're waiting day and night to get them back up there. Okay, fuel flow is looking good. 25 and 25 squared. Temps and pressures are where we want them to be. We're looking good. So we're going to turn this guy now to give us a heading that'll put us direct to. Something like that. And we'll make a turn here now in a moment. How do you know what the correct manifold pressure is? So Rolling Stone, all the information for your different power settings are in the POH, the Pilot Operating Handbook. They'll tell you the ideal scenario where the engine wants to be at, your altitude, the outside air temperature, the RPM, you know, your weight and balance, all of that comes into it as well. So ideally, 25 squared on the Dukes, quite good. It seems to be happy at 25 squared. Usually. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So we're going to start a right turn now. and we're going to stick this one purely following that VOR. We have additional stuff here. This is the distance measuring equipment. So we can see it's tuned into N1, nav1, and it's telling us the distance is 34.6 miles, right? And I need to figure out what this is because it's not reading me speed. There we go. We're doing about 70 knots, 30 minutes, but we'll get a little bit closer. One of the challenges you would have using VOR, depending on your altitude and also the terrain, but the signal can get blocked. You see, if you're using GPS, well, it's satellite, you know, unless, you know, I'm not saying it was aliens, you know, but aliens would probably, you know, they'd be the reason as to why it'll all be blocked. Cabin temperature now holding at 15 degrees. We'll keep it on auto cool. And we'll just want to correct our heading here because small bit of wind we need to contend with here as well. So it's 32 miles out. ETA is about 12 minutes. So if I show you this, what I'm using on Garmin Pilot, that's showing my aircraft. It's showing our original magenta line. We also have a glide path around the aircraft. If we did have to go engine out, we're probably in and around a 9 or 10 to 1 glide ratio with this aircraft. The Duke wasn't built to be a great glider, right? But we have an idea what might have to happen. If we need to ditch, but we can see that there's high terrain on our left hand side, we'd only be going out there. We've lower terrain on our right, we would be turning right. Alright? As we move down and along, well, we can see now KCVO. I just click on that, I can see that there's a TF4 just north of it. So if I click on the TF4, well, what is the TF4? Reeser Stadium, Houston, and who's ORST? The Oregon State Beavers. That's real world stuff that's happening right now. There's a temporary flight restriction in place. So on September 27th, between 0230 and 0800 IST, active in surface to 3,000 feet. The Houston Cougars at the Oregon State Beavers at, let me see, the Reeser Stadium. And that's why there's a TF4. So we need to stay south of that TF4. Now, something that's also incredibly cool, Say Intentions can now deal with TFRs. So if you're flying in a location, they'll tell you, by the way, be aware there's a TF4 in place. Yeah, it's for the 27th, Scott. Yeah, it's for the 27th. See the way it's blue? So if we wanted to find an active TF4, it would be red. There's one down here, but that's probably a danger area. That's TF4. This one is active. So that's how Garmin Pilot identifies them. So blue is advisory, yellow is caution, red is a warning. Alright. But as I say, it's quite good because, as I said, Say Intentions now have all those in there. It's freaking awesome. Alright, so we are 27 miles out. We're doing a speed of 154 over the ground. That's going to give us 10 minutes until we get to this waypoint. 10 minutes. And we have an idea of where we're flying. Now, looking out the window, we're still very much VFR conditions. However, there is a wall of cloud ahead of us, right? But that's miles away. It doesn't seem to be affecting us just yet. Based on the wind conditions that we're looking at, well, the wind is coming in from the northeast, 9 knots. Probably isn't going to be worrying us too much. As we're flying here, we're just kind of hovering around 6,000 feet. We're okay terrain-wise for a while, but we need to find our fixed altitude. So we're going to come off the autopilot. We're going to climb. Get a bit of vertical speed into this one. And we're going to try and get that altitude up to where it belongs. So 6,200, we're about 1,000 out. Yeah. We're in eco mode. Right, Malky, I'm telling you. So we just want to climb up to 7,500. It's early yet. Don't worry, lads. I'll break things. And we could add a bit more power to this as we're climbing. There's 1,000 feet to go. Let's throw in a bit more manifold pressure. Watch the RPM as we're doing it. That'll give us plenty of oomph. But notice our fuel flow starts ticking down. Greta won't be happy on this, lads. As we continue to climb here, we're not going to need any of our landing lights or our taxi lights. They can all go off. And we'll just fly with our strobes and Rico lights. Mr. Anderson, good to see you. What is your navigation map application you're running there? So it's Garmin Pilot, which is a real-world EFB. And I like you. Well, I've only signed up to it to try it. I love Navigraph and everything that Navigraph do. But because I'm so into me flight simulation and aviation, I want to see what goes on outside of Navigraph, right? It's the same in Microsoft Flight Sim. That's why I'm in X-Plane. I like to see what goes on in other sims. And with Garmin Pilot, there's a number of features there I would love to see coming into Navigraph. 4Flight is very good. I've used 4Flight for years. I use that with real world flying. 4Flight is a little bit more expensive though. You know, the basic of 4Flight is like $125 a year, but there's not much in it. Navigraph you can pick, or sorry, Garmin Pilot you can pick it up for like $100 a year. You know, reassuringly expensive. Is it a monthly sub? No, you got to pay up front. It's $100 though, Heisenberg. It's very good. I mean, you can stick it in the car. You know what I mean? Right, so 7,600. Let's just get down here to 7.5. There we go. Level off. Here we go. Autopilot back on and sticking in alt mode. We should hold off there at about 7,500 feet. And we'll probably need to adjust our course. Down on the right hand a little bit. And we're looking tickety-boo. Now, if we can tune in on our nav, we'll hear that go beep, 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 beep. So if I turn on me headphones, for example, what plane am I in? Where's my headphone jack? If I was headphones, I'd be over here. So there's my headphones in. So if we go over to our audio panel and listen to nav 1, we should hear that Morse code identifier, right? You hear it? That's okay, that's just our aircon. You can hear the aliens, good stuff, Joe. So basically that's letting us know that yes, we are tuned into the correct VOR. Alright? So we're looking good. We are 5 minutes out now, so we need to be gearing up our next waypoint, but our next waypoint, funny enough, is going to be that of DSD, which is Deschelles. So that's going to be 1176. Go ahead and dial you in. 1176. And we're going to... well, we should get it. Let's transfer it now. So 1176. Let's see what the bearing's going to be. We'll swap them. And we are getting a reading. 99.8. This should be a dash dot 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 dash dot dot. Let's give it a listen to make sure we're on the right one. So dash dot 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 dash dot dot. That's it. Right, we're on the right one. Wonderful. So let's get ourselves tuned in. So let's adjust our heading. Remember, you want to make sure that the white arrow is facing toward the VOR. Otherwise, you're going to be flying away from the VOR. Yeah? So we're going to start to do our own little turn here. Easy does it. And the range on this, we're pretty far out. So it's not going to be terribly accurate. It'll be close, but it won't be perfectly accurate. See the way it's jumping around the place now? And I'm thinking, hey, what have I done? There's 2 VOR stations we're trying to track. One that's very close to us, and we're literally going to be flying over it, versus the one we're kind of heading down the road thinking about. Alright? So our location now, we're very, very close to where that VOR station was. We're going to fly directly over Corvallis. That's where the football is going to be on next week. We're going to have a look at the town there ahead of us. We're looking good. Altitude wise, we're 7.5. We're going to reduce that manifold pressure now. Let's call it 25 squared. We were getting away with all sorts of extra mileage there. And we'll just allow the instruments to kind of, you know what I mean? Is there a gauge in the cockpit that tells you your cowl flap position? Nothing inside the cockpit Muse. However, if you open the tablet, yeah, go to any of your engines, right? If you look at the top right hand corner, just below engine condition, you'll see cowl flap. That position that you're looking at there, is closed. So it's only in the tablet. Now, in the real plane, you'd look down, you'd actually see it. You'd actually see the base of the cowl flap if it was there. For instance, if I were to open the cowl flap. Do you see it there? Just see there at the top, just underneath the cowling, and if I close it, there it is, gone up. Alright? Now, I've seen some, it wasn't the Duke, the Duchess had something like this, I think. It had a small little round mirror here, and another round mirror there. Do you know? You can see it from the, yeah, technically you can see it from the cockpit views, yeah. Technically, yes. Alrighty, so things are looking good. I'm not too worried about maps or any of this sort of jazz. I mean, look, I'm happy enough that we're flying towards that VFR station. There's still a little bit of movement. So we'll do a very small course correction. Now, if we wanted to look at wind, there's 14 knots coming in from the northeast. So we want to be bearing that in mind, because it's going to be blowing us kind of all over the shop, yeah? As a Mrs. TPHI flies inverted right beside us. Here's Corvallis. This is where the match is going to be. That's probably down in this area. Oh, hang on, there's a couple of stadiums. In fact, there it is on the right-hand side, lads. Look at this. So, we have a football stadium over here. That's probably where the match is on next week. And they're going to have a traffic restriction, so they don't want aircraft flying directly over. Now, why might you think they don't want aircraft flying over football games? And there's a number of answers on this. Why would you not be flying over highly dense, or, you know, heavily populated areas? Do you need to use proper methods when flying in Flight Sim 24, or explain to enjoy them? I must admit, some of the things you do when flying go over my head. Daz, it's you learn as you go, right? You're not going to start off knowing everything. You're just not, unless you're doing real world flying, and then you can come back into a simulator to practice something, you know, quite particular. No, man, entry level. Always aim at the entry level on anything. That's what I do. On any aircraft I try, I look at it from, this is brand new to me, how do I figure it out? And over time you start learning things, you know? So some of the answers coming in. Let's see here. In case of a crash, noise, security, noise. In the States, it's against FAR's Act. Yeah. Also DOD issue. Yeah. Sometimes pyrotechnics, noise, or other broadcast features. So, noise, not necessarily noise. It depends. You could possibly have a traffic restriction if there was, you know, noise abatement needed. Maybe. But a lot of the time it's to do with security, right? And also, if there is a big event on, not necessarily a sporting gig, but some sporting gigs, right? They'll fire a blimp up there, the Goodyear blimp, or, you know, so there could be other traffic or helicopters acting already in the area. And a lot of the times, those aircraft will get special permission to fly into and out of a temporary flight restriction. They can fly in and out of the zone, provided they have the right permission. All right. So the main thing is to do with security, and TFRs are now also broadcast on the FAA websites for drone pilots. They don't want people flying drones in here either. Now the drones, not necessarily security, maybe, not necessarily. The drones are more of a danger to other craft operating in that area. You know what I mean? Hung start, good to see you. Should be able to land clear in the event of a power unit failure. There you go. But yeah, engine power until failure. Yeah, that's another great reason. What if you had an engine out and you just happen to be inside a TFR or close to a TFR, you know? You can, if you file and get a request. I've flown into a no-flight zone at KJAX when the JAGs are playing. It's actually very easy to do with in the app for 107 pilots. Yeah. But the point is, it's a flight restriction. So we covered this before in our ATC courses. We looked at forbidden areas, right? Forbidden, restrictive areas, military, danger, caution, all this, you know, all these sort of things. But effectively, it's temporary airspace that's created, right? So you need permission to enter it. That's all it is. A TFR is a temporary flight restriction. In other words, there's now a new airspace in there, and you're not allowed in there unless you ask. That's what they mean, right? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. The real answer is that sports TV networks don't want pilots watching for free. Exactly it. If you're ever in Dublin and there's an event on in Croke Park or the Aviva, you will see the Garda helicopter just sitting, or watching, you know, for the bad guys, but they're watching what the event is. Do you know? But anyway, right, we're doing well here. Let's have a look. We are just shy of 80 miles, 29 minutes at this speed. We're doing about 161 over the ground. That's impressive at this altitude. So the slight movement on the needle here, you're going to get that. VOR, you're going to get that. If we were to swap back now straight to GPS, you'll get a very tight line. See this digital map? See this white triangle? Well, think of the white triangle as, you know, your airplane on a digital read. And then you have a left and then you have a right. This is telling us that we're 8.3 nautical miles to the right of our magenta line. Because the magenta line, our original course, is 8.3 miles to our left. Your vector, correct? Your vector. It's a big club and you're not in it. Right? Right, apart from that, so engine and fuel. So we have dual tanks working. We don't need to worry about changing them over. Each tank is feeding each engine. When we look at both engines, oil pressure is looking good. Temperature and cylinder head temperature, everything's well within the limits, all inside the green, which is what we want. Our backup instruments here for co-pilot. Again, we can see that we have RNAV capabilities, but he's following with our VOR that we have. Our turbine air temperature, similar to that of exhaust gas temperature. Airspeed, artificial horizon, altitude, or altimeter is looking good. CO2 guard, everyone's fit with that. GPS control, lamp test, they're all working, yes. What else? EGT, we can flicker on to... Where does that change it, actually? Here we go. So here's our EGT looking across all the cylinders here, yeah? So this is where if you wanted to lean your mixture, be it rich of peak or lean of peak, depending on what are you looking for? Are you looking for the best possible power, or are you looking at the most efficient way to get there in terms of fuel saving, right? Man, you're on a super eco mode, 175 knots, where the little triangle is average cruise speed. I would say that, but it again, right, this altitude, this temperature, we could push it. We're at 25 squared. We could easily go 30, right? Easily. So if we go 30, here's a bit of prop sync to help us along. At 25, this should, that extra 5 inches of manifold pressure, we should get up to about 165. We should do. A bit nippy in the plane. 32.25 is normal. Barf is even more orange on my new monitor. Oh Jesus, Dougal. I was out in the sun. Yeah, that's what it was. I got a lovely tan. So with the Duke, right, you've 3 different variables of it. There's 2 different type of pistons. You have the Grand Duke, or you have the old-fashioned, you know, BE60. And depends what the engine's like as well. And also, don't forget, we've dropped about 10%. What's the word I'm looking for? We dropped about 10% off these engines already from running it hard. So 30, 25. It'll probably get to 165. I know if I go, you know, manifold pressure, if I go 35, 27, I'll get about 180. Or are you going to do a review of the Airplane Heaven B25? When is it out yet, Kazaki? I didn't see it out yet, but of course it will. What else do we have here? Slight turn left. Daring Daz, thank you very much indeed. Not at all. Is the Grand Duke one left engine critical plane on takeoff? Wait now, is the Grand Duke one of those left engine critical plane on takeoff? Duke has counter spinning props. I'm not sure. The Grand Duke is all terribly more fancy. She's all digital gauges here. Not public yet? Okay. I know the like this week we got we got a bit of stuff to show off from mini builds. Next week, I think we get to show off some of the B-17. All going well. Yeah, there's a bit going on. I'm looking forward to the aircraft, though. It's great to see a lot of the World War II vintage stuff coming into it. This is the Grand Duke with the winglets. So what one am I thinking of? The Standard Duke. Wait now, is this a Grand Duke? Oh, it is the Grand Duke. Ah, look! It's the Grand Duke. Oh. Checklist. After starting, engine start, in flight. En route, transition, cruise. So what you looking for? Fuel and balance, surface the ice, windshield, manifold pressure. Oh, look at that, 32. Jesus, Murphy. 32, 31, 32, props 25, lean, what do we want to go? I'll go Richard Peak. Alright. Look at that, Jesus. Am I thinking of the other one though? Descend, cylinder head must be 125 if needed. Alright. Good call, Malky. Turbine Duke has the digital ones.
60% of the time.
Flight Sim Max, good to see you.
Every time.
Murph, I have the same multiplayer problem you had the other day. There's no one showing. Is it invite in a group that makes it work? Yeah, Flight Sim Max. Get yourself invited to a group and you can join in. Google says the Grand Duke is a left-wing critical plane. Okay. It's one of those things people automatically assume because you have two engines redundancy, right? When in reality, two engines makes it extremely more expensive and dangerous. Because if you suddenly had an engine failure, for example, on takeoff, well, you're going to feel that before you even know it. To be able to keep that thing in the air, to propel it, to gain altitude, and have to deal with the adverse yaw effect of only having one engine, that'll keep you on your toes. Volcano straight ahead. We're up to some beautiful scenery up here, lads. Absolutely stunning. The state of it, isn't it looking only terribly nice? I was messing around with a few filters earlier on as well. This is my normal one, but I was messing the Egypt with this one. See what you think. You probably say no more if it looks horrendous. But given the right... Mike Fear, you shouldn't be flying that. Given the right light, it could look a little bit... You know what I'm saying? What's it, this one? Which one was I shagging using? I thought it was that one, no? Yeah, it looked better earlier, I'm not gonna lie. I made a terrible mistake. Put back on your own. Say nothing. Was it Seals? No, it was TTM. No, it wasn't. It was this one. Right. Yeah, I made it. I always rely on you lads to keep me on my toes. Great bunch of lads. Seen the video examples wreck atmosphere reshade seal sky? I did, Jordan. I did. Listen, it's grand now, lads, right? We don't need to worry about anything now. Everything's, Zybok is calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Good to see you, man. Hope you're so well. Hope you're well. Let me see here now. Jesus then. Return of the Mac. No, I don't think so, lad. Now, I mean, I like and all, but like, Jesus. What do I be listening to? Oh. Where is this now? Jesus. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you remember that one, though? Jennifer Arnold Schwarzenegger song about that? Haven't heard this song in about, you know. Was that not the 1960s? No, it feels like it. Where is this now? Aye, this is Arnold. Did you ever hear that song? No. Oh, Jesus, brilliant. Painful now, but Jesus, brilliant. What was I looking for here now? Where's me stuff? Let's see here now. Why does my playlist always change around? We'll find it, friends. We'll find it. Is that it? Yeah, that is it. Is the impact any good? Seems a little pokey. The pocket rocket? Yeah, it's loads of fun, man. Shuffle Shoes, good to see you, buddy. Merv, on Friday's stream you mentioned the Carenado 172. Is that for 24 only? At the moment it is, but I think they're putting it out on 2020 as well. We're also showing that aircraft off on Wednesday. On Wednesday. We'll be showing them off as well. So, do you know what we started watching? Where is it now? Name the show, lads. How do you not know this one, Scott? For crying out loud.
Hello there.
Hello there. That was The Wire. The Wire, lads. The Wire. Don't tell me you didn't watch The Wire. Yeah, Muse fan said it. Yeah. I pity the fool. He pities the fool, you know. The Three Sisters, is that what they're called? They don't make them like they used to. Oh, yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. Mina, Mina and Mona. And they be go sitting in the ash standing, huh? I love it when a plan... Where's the cigar? What was his name? Was that Murdoch, was it? I ain't getting on no plane. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. It's Hannibal. Right, we're going okay. In his earlier show, he also smoked the same cigar. Did he? Murdoch was the fool. Murdoch was the mad Egypt. Yeah, Murdoch. Yeah. Faye smoked cigars too. Banachek. Yeah. Jesus, look at this for scenery. Absolutely beautiful this evening, friends. This is live time and live weather. Isn't this an absolute treat? We don't usually get to fly in the big blue yonder. It's usually cloudy, you know, stormy, rains and stuff. But this is pretty. And the roars of this engine. Now, how are we fixed for altitude? Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Okay, there's one bit of a peak up there in the left. We're all right. We're all right, Paddy. We're all right. You need 8.5 to clear. Ah, we're all right for this. We're at 10 minutes out.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Who turned off me lights? So I made a terrible mistake the other day. If there's anyone watching, who here is watching on the vertical stream? Someone jump onto the vertical stream for a minute and tell me they can't hear anything. They're soaring, AJ, look. Look at them. Beautiful. Warhamster, good to see him, a dude. The Culture Club do a cameo and play Culture Club Karma Chameleon. No way, did they? You might have been on drugs. Was that a show? I've never heard of this. There be volcanoes here. Arr. This is very beautiful. What was it about? Great show. God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly. Ah, this was Muse fans' favourite, lads. A radio station ran by an Egypt. It's very funny. Little House on the Prairie, Muse. I say now he nearly fell off the chair trying to type. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Brilliant. Poor lads. Radio station was a bit, or had a bit of the Office vibe. Ah. Yeah, watch this American stuff. Oh, yeah. Drive it on. Ah. I shot JR. Look at the view, lads. Man alive, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's beautiful. Imagine looking out and seeing that. Looking and sounding fabulous on the vertical. Dennis, can you hear music on the vertical? Mrs. GPHI?
Oh my.
Right now. What do you think of the time lapse I made? I can't see it, Alex. Oh my. Yeah, McCappy. Yeah. Oh man, Dennis. For a second there I was about to go, oops. Not again. Okay, KRDM, first step of the night, lads. 9 minutes out. We're cruising nicely. I'll check it out. Heisenberg. What in the name of P-38? Zakazaki. Cappy is in Washington State. Nice. I like what you've done with the place, man. It's beautiful. Mount Jefferson. Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of your man in the place. His continuing mission to seek out strange new worlds, new lives, new civilizations. To boldly go to that place again. May the force be with you. Jesus. Jesus. You wouldn't get away with those lyrics today. Or tissue was something else. Runway is 3,000 feet. Like it's hard. Hammer nails, how did you possibly know that? The thing was based off Murph. True story, says Eamon. It's on a random playlist. I couldn't tell you what comes next. Oh, tune. Ooh. Al Bros and the Fuga. That was a tune. Was it like a spin-off of like the Muppets? Wasn't it? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? There's Christopher. What was the intro to this? You know, he then went on to become Stargate. That lad, you know. Right. No, it's not Miami Vice or Chips. Oh, Jesus, lads. It's your man who'd like, you know, he'd be able to build a plane with nothing but a matchbox, a toothbrush, a comb, some plasticine, and a penknife, you know. Magnus, sure thing, buddy. Oh, and a paperclip. He can do anything with a paperclip. Hermit something, good afternoon. Ah, oh, Jesus. We all knew that one. Just know this one. We need to land now in a second. Right. Lights. Okay, what sort of runways do we have here, friends? Jesus, will you calm it down? Right. Oh, Jesus, we runways all over the shop. KRDM, open the runways. 5 or 2 9er. I'd say runway 5, lads. Or 2 9er could be good as well, but I'd say 5. What do you reckon? We go with 5. Could be a good idea. Could be a bad idea.
Alliance Airport information, Bubba. Recorded when the big hand was on the 12 and the little hand was on the 3 in the afternoon. Temporary flight restrictions in effect due to the NASCAR race. Y'all stay well east of the grandstand as some of the spectators may be drinking and may be packing. The winds are from Laredo at about as fast as you and your new girlfriend can run from a bar if somebody's chasing you to get his wife back. The sky's clear except for all the smoke. What the hell are those people doing out there in the parking lot in their RVs? IFR arrivals expect visual runway to the south is in use. Makes it an easy straight in for you Okies. Everybody from South Texas is already here. All arrivals of skinny white business jets coming here for business. Make sure to stay well away from the grandstand as you look just like some waterfowl that's in season right now. Put 2 9er, 0.6 76 into the little window on the thing that tells you how high up you are, and make sure to tell us when you first talk to us that you have information, Bubba.
Right, we're going for runway 29er, and we're kind of on a left downwind for it here now. Anyway, we're going to drop a bit of altitude as we fly in, and let's see what happens. Y'all, Okies. Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he? He's brilliant, you know.
May I present my cunning plan?
Good nooning.
Right, so runway 29er. Ease off some of that speed. We're a couple of miles out yet. We can kind of see where the lads are starting to land in. This is our first stop of the night, lads. And, well, we've flown by VOR. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. It's one of those non-eventful, we're not in trouble, we're just enjoying a nice cruise with some beautiful, beautiful scenery. So Info Bubba is the one after Info Adam. Correct. Oh wait, Adam Controls! Jesus, I never asked you, are you here? Adam Controls, if you're here, raise your right hand. Watch the RPM. He's still here. I'm probably on in the background, he has us muted, lads, you know. But he's still here. Good timing, I just unmuted you. Right, come here, did you install your new graphics card? Am I looking all terribly fancy now in your new monitor and your graphics card? Right. Or is it Jesus, you'll never guess what happened. What news of the realm? I'm dying to find out now. Did you get it last night or today? I did, but then I had to uninstall it because there isn't enough PCIe bits on my PSU. Ah, Jesus. Huh? It only needs one PCIe slot, doesn't it? You have a new PSU coming on Friday. Oh, right. Jesus, Adam. So your motherboard is okay. 116-bit, I don't have one. Ah, gotcha. Okay. So you're getting a power connector, yeah. So you're getting a new one on Friday, right? Jesus. This sounds very nice. Okay, so Friday is the day, Adam. Just can't wait. Dude, you're not going to know yourself, man. You're going from what, a 2060 or 2070? You have to use 3 8-pin as well? Yeah. Alright, speed is looking good here, 140. There's a runway. Well, there's the airfield. Oh yeah, there's a runway there. So we're coming in on 29er. He only went out and got himself a rather fancy 5070. Yes. A 5070, lads. So he'll get to look at all our landings, disastrous landings, in extreme high quality definition. Yep. You thought now there was limitations that, you know, by the time it took Adam to bring the cameras up to what you actually did on VATSIM, now he's going to be there waiting on you. Do you need any help at Adam? I'll see if Gibbo's around. Wait now, did I close that gadget? I did. Right, brilliant. Right, ease off at the speed. We're going to go for knots of flaps here now in a moment as we continue to drop her down. And out our left window, we're going to want that runway to be roughly 45 degrees over our left shoulder, and then we'll rumble in. PSU installation may be a pain, but we'll get through it with as little swearing as possible. Excellent. Murph can help by adding buttons to not push. Do you know what I was looking at now? I was looking at the Corsair Xenon screen gadget. How was your father? Have you seen that one? The Flex one, yeah. Gonna build my own Knight Rider in the room, do you know what I mean? Ooh. Did you ever see the Savage Eye when they play that song, Muse Van? They get their power from biting into battery. Oh no, was it? Biting into wires, hey? Brilliant. just throw them on out into the... Was it the wood chipper? Oh, Jesus. Alright, making a left. Making a left. Oh. Have you consulted on this new purchase with the leader of the opposition? I haven't even mentioned it to the house yet. The motion hasn't even been raised. I've been thinking about it. It's 259 euros. It's not cheap. Not cheap at all. But it looks very fancy. Yeah, no, lads, we can't mention this now. It'll be our little secret. You know, I haven't said I was getting it yet. We're in the drafting stages to bring it forward to the house, yes. An application will be made to those involved to whom they may be of concern. You know. Alrighty, let's situate ourselves. We turn final. We've done the prep app for the pre-app, yes. So that means you've ordered it. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. It'll take a few stamps in the man card code as well. I'm not feeling 100% this yesterday and today. I'm not like 100% great. I might get away with that. I could use that as my defense. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. Remember when I wasn't feeling great? You know, do you want to stay on OLED, Murph? I think so, to Blaze. Right, easy now. Flaps coming in. Yeah, it's part of the kitchen order. It must be claimed as a business expense. I was delirious. Yeah, right, you know. Alright, easy now. Runway 29er. A little bit of a crosswind. Easy now. Prop sync off! Prop sync off! Come on, Muse! Jesus, the simulated horror. We could have been in terrible trouble. Says you, why would you not have prop sync on? Because if we were to apply full power, we would shag the friggin' prop sync. In the event of a go around. Will you use the Stream Deck app with the Xenon? I would, yes. Now, to be fair, I have a Stream Deck XL, a standard Stream Deck, a Stream Deck Plus, and another Stream Deck over there beside me. Plus a Stream Deck Mini and another Plus over there. I have ridiculous... Oh, Jesus, look at that. My fancy screen is doing fancy things and I'm coming into land here. Look at that. Smart screen. I'll show you now when I land. Easy now. Hold it off. Hold it off. Touchdown. Beautiful. That's what came up on my screen, look. Ooh. It's not very fancy now. Safe taxi, man. Meanwhile, a plane just flew through me, but that's not important, right? The important thing is, I can't believe it's not butter. Murph, Corsair just came out with a 3000 watt PSU to power 4 5090s. Wait, what? Why in the name of Jesus would you want to power 4 of them? B. Carlo, I like your thinking though. Easy now, flaps in. Easy now, it's going to get warm on the ground, but we're 12 degrees inside in the cabin, so we're okay. Make an exit here onto Bravo 2. Easy. Easy. B55, nice. How many decks do you have? No, it should be a New Zealand accent. Oh yeah, you got his stream dick. What did he say? He's streaming his dick. Moving abruptly over to the left here. We can take out our headphones. Open the window for the beautiful sounds of a piston. Oh yeah. Do you know, it sounds just like a Skoda. He gives it out in the shit. Oh, brilliant. Officer Crabtree and a Kiwi having a conversation would be off the hook, you know?
Good noonie.
Just outside washing me dick. Man, those sounds are good, aren't they? Okay, check on our fuel quantities. Where's okay? Right? Yeah. Drive it on there now, Betsy. Drive it on. Look at that beautiful 406. That just got an update as well, lads. Ah, the simulated horror with the King Air, look. Jesus. Easy now. All is well. Nothing to see here. Stay in the taxiway, you muppet. I was pissing by the door when I heard 2 shots. You have in your hand a smoking goon. You are clearly the guilty body. Ha! Brilliant. Ozzy Mandy, it's good to see you, buddy. I have a mop if you'd like to take a leak, for I have a map if you'd like to take a look. Silence. I shall say these only once. Oh, what a show. If you haven't a clue what we're talking about.
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you just need to watch Hello, Hello. Brilliant. Ah, Michelle, yeah. Michelle of the Resistance has a message for you. I shall say it only once. Renee. It's a show, man. It's a show. Right, taxiing Bravo here. We're going to be turning on to 29er for an immediate departure as we continue on down to Lake County. It's a beautiful, beautiful flight, this. Weather is stunning. Nice scenery along the way. I was raised in nipples, as they say, see nipples and do. While explaining to Herr Flick the strange accent standing for, I was raised in Naples, as they say, see Naples and die. The fallen Madonna was the big brew. Yes, that's the one. Herr Flick will help you out. What a show, lads, what a show. Alright, let's get ourselves resituated. We're going to turn our heading indicator to the runway heading. 7,500. We might need a little bit more on this one. Let's see how we go. How about the actors doing the table read? Between the actors and the writers, I'd say they got no work done at all. I'd say they got absolutely nothing done. Do you know what I mean? Alright, into position. I imagine that's Rex there ahead of us. Rex, you belt on there now as a good man. We do want the roars of this thing on takeoff. So we'll just wait now, Rex, to head her on there, Rex. What else do I want to do here now? So flaps. Mixtures. Alright. It is I, Leclerc. Alright, chaps, this way. Alrighty. Man alive, look at the scenery around here, isn't it stunning? Okay, walking, talking, soon to be squawking. Are we ready? Let's go flying. Take a power set. Speed alive. Here's 60. There's 80. We're getting light now. 85. 90. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb. And we're indicating. Gear up. Tapping our toe brakes. Little bit bumpy. Flaps coming in. Easy now. Sounds are really good on this. They are really, really good on this. This is a Boris sound pack. It's incredible. Alright, autopilot. Can we go attitude, please? Yep, see Daisy. Let's give us 1,000. Nice climb out. RPM is okay. Power setting's okay. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. Right, lads, if you are flying along with us, if you're on the Xbox, press 1. PC Pilots, press 2. If you're on JoinFS or Skynet, it's 3. And for everyone else, you know, just for the crack, it's 4. Ooh. That's incredibly beautiful. Man, look at the shake from the exhaust. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me.
All right, so we got to tune back in our
She
next
knows how to drive a truck, but she
nav
lets
station.
me pick her up when we're going dancing.
Lakeview Paisley, frequency 112. We're not going to have that, are we?
When my headlights shining on her, she's my country girl.
Yes, we are.
I couldn't tell you what she's doing with me. She's so damn out of my league. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends.
All right, let's tune into this guy.
And I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun
We're slightly out of range, but we're picking it up. 109 nautical miles. Giggle song. All right, 7,500 feet. Let's get ourselves tightened up here. 32 on our manifold, 25 in the RPM.
She can let her hair down, but got her feet
Easy.
on the ground. I can't get enough of her. She can drive me so wild, just with that sweet smile, and there's nobody else for me. My heart starts racing every time I'm looking at her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing to me. She's so damn
We're absolutely cruising, lads.
She's a little bit crazy on the weekends.
I got the Stream Deck and the AAO profile for this. It makes things so much easier. So I was chatting to the developers. Do you know how to do the Stream Deck profiles? Actually based in Belfast. I'm going to start picking up a few of them and give them a full kind of evaluation. Because they're pretty cool. It's like if AI wrote a country tune. Oh no, this is a good one, Gregor. You're in the Gibbo camp for this one. It's a good. This is a catchy tune.
guitar.
It's toe tapping, do you know what I mean? MV loves it. Give us a song about his Tesla. Yeah. Don't forget, lads, if you do like this sort of content, do be sure to click the little like button. It helps out the stream something fierce. Something fierce. So I thank you very much indeed. And as for our pals, old buddy old pals here on Twitch, well, lads, hope everything's working the way it should be. Looking at my little monitor, it's running smooth tonight, I can tell you. Hey, they're a real band, yeah. I'm a real boy. Wait, what? Alright, let's have a look. 102 nautical miles. We ain't doing 193 knots, not a hope of it. Would you come way out of it now? Now, in terms of altitude, I reckon we'll just about wing it. Although that looks terribly dodged up ahead of us. Did I miss me tunage today? Dougal, I would never do that to you. Second verse, same as the first, in the key of C sharp minor, diminished. Ooh, thank you, MV. Wing it or prang it. 193 over the ground says, sounds right. Do you know what it actually does? Jeez, we're hooning it. Hooning it. The Dougal song, ladies and gentlemen.
Got nice clothes, nice shows, boogie down at the bar. Fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack.
32, 25.
Now, don't look back, but hey,
we're looking good. We're looking good.
Don't you wanna play?
Right, we're getting the hang of this.
Hold on, sugar.
There's no your music here anymore. Yep, can you now?
Come on now, mama.
Crotchets and quavers and, you know, semi-briefs and, what are they called?
With Mary Jane, good cocaine.
A minute, wait, or a minus, I don't know what they're called. This song is like, it's actually F major. There, come on, Muse.
Don't you want to play?
The timing is over 4. Oh, I'm telling you, lads, we can do music. Easy now. Chase the scenery. Look at the blue skies. I cannot get over this run. Rambog is way out in front of us. It's such a beautiful day for flying. Real world time, real world weather. It's absolutely gorgeous, Finton. Who's Finton? Listen, that's not important right now. Big Al is here. Good to see you, buddy. The Duke is just a savage airplane.
Sure is getting late. Come on now.
Now, I should have got a message from Unpost to say they have a delivery for me tomorrow, but I didn't get one, lads. This will be the second time Amazon have made an absolute balls of me Amazon order. See tracking. See all updates. Delivered by Unpost? What? So it says it was dispatched and it's supposed to be arriving tomorrow by 8 o'clock. But usually Unpost will send you a text to say, hey, that thing you ordered, we have. We'll deliver it to you. But no sign of it yet. So what I ordered, lads, is a 8-port 10 gig Ethernet switch with 10 by 8 gigabyte base T ports. And they're RJ45s. The vertical looks mighty spiffy, Murph. Oh, does it? Ah, good man, Heisenberg. You're back in the well. Brilliant. It took a surprising amount of time to get all this up and running, but it's up and running. So, Yeah. If you want to ramble over to our vertical stream, it's over on YouTube. You'll see it. It's me, the sim, and then below is my... Well, it is the below. I'll put it on this screen over here so you can see it, look. That's what you get to see, look. Ooh! You know, and he said, right? That's what it is. It's almost like I'm flying inside in the cockpit, look. And I wonder, does this work now if I do one of these? Jesus, then the science is strong tonight, lads. The science now, lads, is... Shut up, Scott. Say nothing. But yes, look, I'm wearing trousers and everything. These are me Clint Eastwood socks. It says, go ahead, make my tea. Brilliant. As in a cup of tea. But yeah, Fenton. Jesus, Fenton. But yeah, all my cameras are working. This is great gas, isn't it? Great gas. But yeah, thank God he's wearing trousers. Yeah, I remember that one time which I wasn't. You know, it got awfully cold at night. But yeah. Shiny dome. Shut up, will you? It's oh Jesus, it's, right. This one time at band camp. Wait, what? Yeah. It's all very fancy. In my vertical screen. It's very technologically, you know, brutal. Muse, brutal. Hamilton, this is Sim Update 3. Sim Update 3. And it was behaving so far, you know. So, yeah. These are my controls, and I'm thinking that... Did you see that Corsair gadget I'm talking about? Did you see it, lads? Hang on, look. Corsair Xenon Edge. There you go. I mean, I'm just saying. It looks terribly fancy and nice, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Corsair, I did a gig for them before. I wonder would they send me out one. Lads, it's Murph. Would you send us out one of these for my evaluation? Look, there's a big hairy hand pressing buttons, look. I want one of those. The screen, not the hand, right? But I think this could be the absolute ticket for flight sim stuff. Because, in theory, friends, you could pop your Nevigraph onto it. You could put a Stream Deck, virtual Stream Deck onto it, right? Which, look at him there with his hairy hand. Big, hairy hands. Now, it's 260 quid. So, like, it's not cheap. And to be honest, you'd probably get, like, you know, a Corsair adjacent. You know what I'm saying? For, like... You know, 100 quid. I didn't miss it. Murph, do you turn off Toby tracking in Sim with the Toby app? Only running head move and tracked. No, not with the app. So Dougal, I have a button that will turn on, reset or sync, and turn off. And the buttons that I use, Dougal, is on me Virpil Mongoose. The button T7 is a flip switch. So if I flip it forward, it activates eye tracking or head tracking. If I flick it back towards me, it resets me view. And if I flick it forward again, it turns it off. I want eye tracking turned off, but head tracking on. Yeah, I did that inside the gadget. You can do it in two ways. You can do it inside Microsoft Flight Sim, right? Or you can do it inside the Toby app as well. I don't use eye tracking. Pain in the hole. You know. It's handy for F1. I will say that. Very handy for F1. Because in the new F1 game, you can have a clear screen, and it's only when you look in an area that lights up, and then you'll see the information. It's kind of nice. But no, as it is, no. I'm finding I have to turn off my Toby in the sim multiple times before it stays off. Really? Practical Geek, good to see you. Always tag Corsair to say get some kind of official promo going because it'll work well for Microsoft. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I have a contact over there, I might reach out to them, I'll see. We have a problem in the cockpit. The cockpit? What is it? It's a little room up front where the pilots fly, but that's not important right now. MV, brilliant. Or more pain in the eyes unless you have issues. Indeed. We're going to fly over Paisley, Oregon, named after Paisley, Scotland. Ooh, nice. Yeah, Practical Geek, I don't know, man. I'll look into it. like, it's a great way for getting gear, but you know yourself, you just got to be careful, because, like, someone will then buy it based on what you said, and if it's not 100%, you're the liar, even though you're not. You know what I mean? Your Toby hasn't worked since Sim Update 3. How is that, Muse? Well, sure, it hasn't worked. As in, it won't turn on, or what? Only reason I ever visit Paisley was for the beer festival. Ooh. What's it not doing, Muse? Are your cameras wired or wireless? Are my cameras wired or wireless? Which one, Scott? So, this camera, the one that you can see me head, this one, that's wired. But it goes into a capture gadget. Oh, the far away ones. So the one over my shoulder, so, well, that camera's just sitting there. Right? And that's wired into the gaming rig, and that's pushed over NDI into the streaming rig. Then I have this camera, which is also plugged into the gaming rig, but that's NDI over the streaming rig as well. Right? Wrong button. Then I have this, which is using a gadget called Lonely Screen, and that's transporting the iPad here in front of me wirelessly into the streaming PC. I'll be asking questions now, you better stay up. And then this one is this camera, NDI over to the streaming PC. Very technically advanced. So much so, I haven't a feckin' clue how any of it works, but it works. Is the camera small or is it far away? How far away is the camera that shows your tiny hands? Massive hands, look, I can't even fit me hands into the scene, look. Still can't find the Country Girl song. I looked all over YouTube Music. Country Girl, the flower, or Muse knows them. Who set it up? No, I set it up. I think more of that official Microsoft flights in themselves, speaking to Corsair, kind of like how
hello there.
The promo with Pimax or VR. Meh. You'd be amazed how that Pimax thing kind of came together. Do you know? Who be this now? Quokka, good to see you. Wildflowers. They are, Gene. Retriever Neil, good to see you. Watching Retriever with the missus. Watching Reacher with the missus. Jesus.
Hello.
Pad
there.
100, how are you, Pad? Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. Right. Now, what are we doing here? We're doing one of these, look. So, terrain looks okay. Now, we're landing below here into Lake County. So the weather that we're getting, let me see, the raw meter, clear sky conditions, winds 340 at 7 knots, temperature 22, altimeter 3018. All right. Runway 35 is what we're going for, lads. How much is fuel here? $5.95 a gallon. Self-service as well. Ooh. There's an RNAV for 3.5. That's quite a steep descent. Isn't it? Your avatar is drunk? Who's avatar? Okie dokie. There's a bit of terrain we need to consider up here, look. What's the elevation here? What? Can I get the elevation here? Lakeview Paisley VOR. Interesting. Interesting. This part of Oregon is so kind of Nevada-ish, yeah? It says 3 degrees bottom right. Should that be normal? Yeah. It's just steep. It's very, very steep. Still on holiday. 10-mile walk with the dogs. Oh, nice. Nice. I think all second screen work well with Microsoft Flight Sim. To be honest, if you're using them as panels, not really, man, because like you'll have your frame rate. If you pop out instrument panels or GPSs or whatnot, it'll have it. 4700, thanks, Art. Having a second monitor for use with Microsoft Flight Sim is awesome. Hermit, unfortunately not. No. So the link we get to Jeppesen is through Navigraph. That's how we have it so cheap, because it's for flight simulation. They're not the actual charts. But to be honest, Hermit, I don't think you need them. Just use the Garmin charts. They're fine. You don't need Jeppesen charts. I can't manage without 3 monitors. Oh, sure, listen, you're talking to a Muppet here altogether. Like, I mean, I have my main sim. Okay, granted, if it wasn't... I need 2. I need minimum 2 if I'm doing a flight. Sometimes 3 because I want to put my ATC up on one screen. But now I've kind of alleviated that by using my tablet more. You know what I mean? I have 3 monitors, a tablet, and still isn't enough. Yeah. There's Angels 1.5, absolutely hooning it. Beautiful. No, I'm thinking that Corsair gadget now, you know. Because what I'd like to do here with me set up in front of me, right? I'd like to have this area here. I'd like to have that flat panel, maybe put the stream decks up on top of it. And I have been eyeing up that Wing Boeing panel. You know. I don't know. Will I now? But sure, we'll see. How do you manage to watch TV on TV? I don't watch TV in here. We retire to the living room for the television. You know. I either have a space with 3 monitors or an ultra-wide for the work PC in the future. It's a hard choice. Get the panel. Filthy. It's easier said than done, though. You know. It's expensive, and then I'm thinking, well, Jesus. You now have the full-length IKEA Carby desk. Oh, good man, Dougal. It's some desk, isn't it? They're fantastic. Mr. TPHI is in the Vertigo. Uh-oh. There's Flight Sim Max out there, look. So you're not in the Vision Jet at all? Oh, Jesus. How much is that flight tracking panel at Expo? Flight tracking panel at Expo. Flight tracking panel. Huh? Which one, Energizer? Flight tracking panel. Like, as I said, like that gadget from Corsair. Like, put it this way, right? What you could do on that screen, if you were anyway inclined, right? Because this doubles up as a monitor, in theory, what you could do with this, right? On this screen here, you could put up something like VATSIM radar. Yeah? And over on the left-hand side, it could be a virtual stream deck. It could be Discord, right? Or it could be Navigraph. There's a guy that showcased a 3D printed panel that you could track a real-world flight with. Seemed very limited. I'm not quite sure. I think I half remember Energizer, but I'm not quite sure. I'm afraid the dining table had to lose about 4 inches of it. Oh, Jesus, really? Don't tell the missus. Say nothing, Dougal. Have 2 of them, sure, right? No, I think that'd be class, because, like, if you think, like, VATSIM radar at the moment, I have that running on my phone. Well, it's an old phone. It does nothing but, right? Apply and reload. So you see it on this screen over here, look. So over here in the corner, there's me VATSIM radar. Like, it's not great in a phone. Well, it's great. It's on an old iPhone, but, like, I mean, I can see what I need to see, what stations are online and whatnot. But it's a small little screen. I've got some radar and a second monitor along with Navigraph. Yeah, great one. Hey, Joel is here. Flights with Joel. Good to see you, man. Joel, I hope you're well. I've gone into the world of vertical streaming on YouTube. I want the Corsair panel made. It'd be amazing, especially at that aspect ratio. Oh, dude, 100%. And at your setup, you're running a tablet, I think, below your main screen, right? They're pricey, though. Like, it's 260 quid, right? And you have to say for yourself, but for 260 quid, again, in my setup, I have a screen over here. See this guy here? Now you have to lean in. This screen is running Navigraph. It's a full touch screen. It's a USB-C touch screen, right? You can see me moving around the screen there just by pinching it and moving it around, right? That's £85, I think, on Amazon. 85 quid, and you got yourself a touch screen that you can drop Navigraph on, and you can use Navigraph just as you would on your tablet on this gadget here. And it's like, it's 80 bucks. Yeah, it's a normal 1080p panel, 100%. Gotta see the buttons, 100%. Shucks, yeah, great idea, buddy, great idea. You wanted a touchscreen. Yeah, this is a touchscreen. It's a 10-point touchscreen, which is better than the Corsair one. That's only a 5-point. Know what I mean? So for 80 bucks, you see them on Amazon. This is called Prechen, Prechen. Prechen. Have a look at one. They're USB-C. It needs 2 USB-C connections, one to your power outlet, one to your PC or laptop. Even your iPad, you can run this off your iPad. So now your tablet now has a second screen, and it's a touch screen. Like, for not an awful lot, you can really upgrade your home cockpit. That's an 80, but like, think about it. How much is an iPad? Like $350? Or you can get an Android one for maybe 120. But like that panel, it's freestanding. You know, if I was closer to you, Murph, I send you your Surface Pro that we've decommissioned at work. Oh, no way. Appreciate that, Al. I tried using my vertical stick on the desk like you have. I just can't do it. I use the Moza mount. I think it's called to lower it. Same with the throttles. Mine are very high up, Dougal, but there's a reason for it then, because it forces me to sit up in front of the camera. Otherwise, I'd be sitting back here. Right. I'd look like someone from the home of the bewildered. Because I was messing around with Moza gear the other day, moving things around, and I had the Moza AB9 sitting here beside me, and it's just, I don't want to be constantly taking it on and off my desk, and it weighs a freaking ton as well. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have the Moza AB9 on my rig, and over there, it's absolutely deadly. On my rig, it's amazing, because you have it's a DOF Reality rig, right? So you're moving all over the place. Galaxy tablets, cheap and work great. Yeah, they work. Yeah. Can't you just zoom the camera a bit? No, because I'll be sitting back. I'll turn into I'll be even more lazier, and then I won't reach the pedals, you know. But I've always had my controls up on my desk. You know what I mean? You're flying the Corvallis. Ooh, yeah. I haven't spent much time in the Corvallis. I need to spend a bit of time in that. The VOR we're flying to is physically represented by the antenna in the sim. Nice. Look at this landscape here, lads. Isn't it beautiful? That is a lake. We need to adjust our course. There we are. Oh, it is desolate. Yeah. There's shag all out here. But it's terribly, terribly pretty. It's beautiful. So you use SpaceDesk, Murph, or another app to share the screens wirelessly? No, everything as they are visualized. So my main, I have a 3-screen setup. My main monitor, and then I have 2 and 3, which is one's a vertical, one's horizontal. So I've always put my chat on the vertical, and I use monitors and stuff I need to read up on here on the right hand side. And that's my sim. The touchscreen is ran from a different PC in the corner, and that's ran over, right? The iPad is standalone. So you know that screen behind me that has any bills? Well, that's a mini PC. Like $200 or $300 back in the day, or not even back in the day. They're not expensive. It's a PC, and That runs Navigraph, and it runs other stuff from my Home Assistant and all this. Trying out the work entitled Citation. Pretty good. Oh, nice. Leonardo da Vinci. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. No, as I say, like the Corsair thing, rims, it's friggin' nuts. My electricity bill is nuts. It's gone dear in Ireland anyway, but like it's friggin' nuts. I was watching Yellowstone on Netflix. Montana looks like it might be a good place to fly. We've flown there so many times. You can even download the Dutton Ranch in 2020, Big Al. And you can get the Dutton Ranch helicopter. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's craps. It's like, it's, you know, Lecky bills are dear. Mini PC, that's on the list of buys. Yeah, no, fierce handy. You know, Bliss of the Apocalypse, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. Yeah, electric bills have gone nuts too. They're trying to force everyone to like buy your own solar. And then when you buy your solar, by the time you have it paid for and the batteries, you have to replace it. Because it won't be as efficient. Water's going crazy now. They tried it over here and like it didn't work. They're reducing the discount you get for solar too. Yeah. Well, there's a budget coming out soon, so like they're, you know, they'll have to do with something. It's getting serious. It's getting silly though, like, you know. What would you know? I live in Yellowstone County in Montana currently. Get out of here, Bliss. You're very welcome in. It's a place I'd love to visit. Murph, are you still connected up to next door's electricity meter? I need to be. Bliss, that sounds like it's... Come here, is it cold up there this time of year? The nice thing about the new PC build I have is I won't need to heat your condo. Now you said it. Stu Snape, take it fierce handy. Nothing but sweet dreams of Skoda, my friend. You take care. That is one thing though. The cost of my heating will not be as... well, the cost. I won't use my heating as much now because this room gets so hot. And like the doors are kept open and I have fans blowing the heat out. I can genuinely... don't heat the house, but like I can heat this room, my living room and the hallway. So, you know, the rads and all, I've turned them off in here. You won't need them. It's rainy here today and cold here today. Ooh. Dude, it's a part of the world I would love to visit. The solution is to wire up every exercise bike and every gymnasium in the home worldwide and would solve our power problems. 98 Vulcan, you're onto something. Course correction needed. Although, in saying that, it is going to put us over kind of funny high terrain here, so I'm inclined to stay exactly where I am and stay over the low ground. Fly Danube, good to see you. Joey Bolo, good to see you. It's a beautiful view, isn't it? It's gorgeous up here. Absolutely stunning. What a beautiful part of the world, isn't it? Look at that, lads. Look at all you lads. That is absolutely friggin' gorgeous. Yous are stunning. It's stunning. The whole thing is stunning. The timing of that, Scott. The timing. such a good machine. Uh-oh, we got a terrain alert. There's nothing to worry about here, friends. You know, except for friggin' everything. When using the Duke on air, it's a cracker. It's so good. It's so good. Right, terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. It's off to our right-hand side. I'm not overly worried. Dismiss. We continue on, and let's pretend we saw nothing. Right, now. Time is good. Aircraft, good. Fuel, good. We're good. I've moved me desk and monitors at work, so now, so no one can see me screen, so I can watch now without anyone knowing. Brilliant. You're flat out these last few days, Al. You're very concentrated on your work. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Brilliant. The Duke is my personal craft and your on-air company. Nice. On-air is so good. Oh. We're going to be using on-air tomorrow on our daytime stream. We're in the world of X-Plane 12 tomorrow with a Cessna 172 by Airfoil Labs. Ooh. And then we're trucking tomorrow night. Then on Wednesday we have the news. On Thursday we're in the DC-6 going to Alaska. Thursday night we're on VATSIM. I'm taking out the C750, the Citation. Ooh. And then on Friday night, bring out the jets. 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 I wish the TOS warning had its own volume control. Do you know, I've never heard it. You need to check out On Air. Energizer, dude, it's friggin' awesome. It's awesome. How can you call it a daytime stream? It's dark here when you start. Scott, you'll be up early in the morning. Are you sure we're trucking? Yes, this time, Heisenberg, I'm sure of it. I set it all up this morning, tidied everything up. I updated the Google Sheets, follow them, and you're good to rock. It's going to be hilarious, though, because Mimosa Gear is going to have the steering wheel up like this tomorrow. Because, well, it's all set up for Formula 1, right? So I'll be driving like an absolute scuttering arseache with the wheel up here. It's going to be hilarious. With the new Pro stuff that came up last night. Pros? What stuff, Scott? How many are allowed into the trucking server? I think it's 64, Al. Come on in for the crack. Pro mods. So Pro mods are only for ETS. So I'll update that during the week. I'll probably do that on Wednesday, Scott. That's for ETS. So our ATS is fine. But yeah, I'll set an L reminder on the phone. I'll do that. Still nothing from on post. I'm not getting me delivery tomorrow. The curse of the 7 lepers. Hang on now. If I calendar Wednesday update ETS ETS server, and I will be reminding myself at 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, right? Don't worry, I'll make it look good. Come on, Heisenberg. It is, Big Al, it is. Mr. TBHI bought ATS, but haven't done anything with it yet. There's a guide over on Discord, it'll explain to you what add-ons and stuff. Hermit Something got a new Thrustmaster wheel for farming. Has an adjustable mount to use for racing. Ooh, nice. Okay, we're going to transfer ourselves to head. Well, we're still on heading mode. Right turn coming in, friends. And it's runway 35. So we fly to the lake and fly back in again. Burning Man is only a few miles away from here. Ooh. I tell you, this has been a beautiful flight. Hasn't it? The Duke is incredible. Thanks, Muse. Fair dues to you. There's the link there, lads. It's a Google sheet. There's links to all the mods where you can get them. Just make sure you read if it's optional or required. The free ones are required. The paid ones are optional. Although we are driving in Colorado, so you need to make sure you have the Colorado add-on expansion. Thanks, Resonate. Yeah, I love these flights, man. I mean, it's a little bit technical. We were doing some of the VOR stuff. We're managing our aircraft as best we can. And I love the realism. You know what I mean? And we get to explore some stunning scenery. And, like, it's not every day we get to use live weather and it gives us this. Clear blue skies. Temperature outside about, well, at this altitude it's about 10 degrees, but like it's about 16 or 17 degrees on the ground. It's a beautiful day for flying. Beautiful day. So we'll make an entry into the right side of the field. And we're going to fly out to the lake, do a U-E and come back in. Something like that. But yeah, I may think long and hard now about this Corsair gadget. The question is it going to be used? Well, it will be used. And as I say, like, if I can pop up the likes of, you know, a virtual stream deck, maybe I probably will use one. But like the likes of definitely like VATSIM radar. Do you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. We'll look into it. Everything I buy is always used. Yeah. I'm the same. Absolutely everything. Do you know? Jesus, Scott's gone bananas with the stuff. I wonder what music Scott wants me to play. It's hard to know, really. Have you any ideas? Yes, I think I know. Coast Guard flying over. Ooh, nice. I'm a little teapot. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that went on that long. Our last Jeopardy answer for the day. The theme of Glenroe. It's Glenroe, lads. No, it's not Dallas. It's Glenroe. Starring Miley and Biddy. You know. Blackie Connors. Ah, yes. Well, holy God. Would you believe that? Yes, I know it's Dallas. Kazaki shot JR. That was a huge thing. You know, who shot JR? They left it on a cliffhanger and everything. Yeah, 100% Malky. That's a great tune, isn't it? That's not a great cover, is it? Lord of the Rings. Jesus, Muse. Still know it's Breaking Bad. My friend who used to live in Dallas didn't realize how big that show was. Really? What a show! know me. You ask my wife, man. Whenever I'm confused. Oh, brilliant. Murph, you took up at 7 in the morning to bring me to work. Oh, that's brilliant. Where's the Montana man? Montana man! Montana! What a show that was. Oh man, that was a great show. One of the best TV shows that in a long time I can remember. Brilliant. Daddy Plump, are you for real? I mean, for crying out loud. What sort of an idiot do you think I am that I would actually allow something to be played along the lines of that? I used to know the lyrics to this, you know, for obvious reasons. That was a show as well. He still does know the lyrics, but he used to, too. Yeah. I still do, but I used to as well, you know. You know. Brilliant. Please stand for the national anthem of Leitrim. Near my age, good to see you. Alright, coming off the autopilot. Prop sync coming up. Basically, we're going to record all the footage in 24 FPS and then we'll replay it at 120 FPS to make it look like the chopper was moving way faster than it actually was. That was a great show, wasn't it? Scott didn't like it? Yep. Uh-huh. Remember Boomhauer? And Boomhauer, man. Oh, Bobby. Alrighty then. Jason, look how dangerous this is. YouTube Boomhauer does Rap God. Really? Hey, Babsy, good to see you. Babis, good to see you. Oh, yeah. Pete Carlo. Yes. I bet you Murph had the jacket rolled up his sleeves, you damn better believe it. Twilight Zone, that's it.
There.
Something on the wing.
Something.
What was that about? You've entered the Murph zone. I wasn't mad about you. Oh, do you remember this? Murph, did you have parachute pants back in the day? Only at the roller discos, B. Carlo, you know. There's your childhood right there, man.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty,
Ah,
snoozy,
Jesus!
snooze.
Defiant prawn, turn off me lights. He was an alien.
Welcome to my secret
Underground lair. That was Alf, yeah. Gear coming down. This should be your song. Thanks, Al. I don't think I've ever seen that show. Easy now. Mustafa has them as emotes. I reckon Mustafa could do them, as in the voices. Yeah. And then Flyer, good to see you. Yeah, it's looking good, buddy. Alright, we're just gonna ramble in. Take your time. Jesus, lads, some of you know your shows. This will get stuck in your head for the night. When you're going to bed, brushing your teeth, you know. Tomorrow morning when you wake up. Ah, Jesus! You know it will. That's it. It's in your head now. Living rent-free for the next 8 to 12 hours. We had this conversation before. The amount of you lot who didn't know this music. Jennifer Aniston, though. She were president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln. She give a dog a bone. Yeah, right. Jesus. Easy now. Lots of flaps. Modern Family? I never watched that. Kramer, one of the best characters in all of television. He was brilliant. A comedian who's like physically funny. No way, old veteran. Ballykiss Angel. Ah, what a great show until they ruined it. Now, Claire, you didn't actually see me die, did you? Frank Underwood. He was friggin' brilliant in it. know the stutters are real. Right. We will resume that game show some other night. But now, friends, we need to park this machine. Last, not to the flaps. Prop full. Mixture rich. Mixture's not rich. Mixture's rich. Easy now, Jemima. Runway 35. Good. Looking good. Hold it the nose. Fly it in. There we go. Watch your flare. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. There's a bit of a bounce, but we'll take it. Oh, jeez, we proper bounce top and lads. Jesus. It's alright. It's alright. Easy on the brakes. There's like 100 people here. Uh-oh. Easy now. Beautiful sounds. Where's the landing rate there? 57. 57, look. Jesus. Oh, nice Spitfire. Mr. Minimite. Yeah, it was 57. Shag off. Yeah, okay, we bounced it, right? We bounced it. But it was still lovely and soft, you know. The one that was recorded was, you know, yes, that's the one we went for, lads. That's the one we went for. It's all well in the realm. Sure, tickety-boo. You know what I mean? Schutz, do you have, wait, turbulence turned on? Oh, Columbo, great show, Kazaki. Wait now, wasn't he in Kelly's Heroes? And another show? Wasn't he like the sergeant in Kelly's Heroes? Was that Columbo? No, that was someone else. That was someone else, wasn't it? Oh, it was him, wasn't it? Brilliant. Kojak, that's the one, yes. He was Kojak. There's Larry, Goose, Creo, Muse is there, Crappy One, Rambog, Corsair. Lads, you did absolutely beautiful flying tonight. A beautiful collection, an ensemble of aircraft that we have flown through Oregon. He was a Bond villain as well, that's right. He was in The Princess Bride as the grandfather. No way, was he? Princess Bride, that's a movie. I haven't seen that in years. Donald Sutherland, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Think it'll be a beautiful bridge, and it'll be there. Kelly's Heroes, that's a great movie. The gun with the negative waves, Moriarty. Yeah, fantastic. Oh. Everyone in a Duke except Murphy. Uh-oh. Lads, that was absolutely superb. That was some beautiful scenery, wasn't it? Excellent flying, my friends. And what a great way to start our week. What a great way to start our week. We were getting all nostalgia stings with TV shows. I've only gone through half of them. Oh, Jesus! Matlock!
Oh, Jesus.
Do you remember Matlock? Matlock! But yes, we'll have to, we'll carry them on. They have a new Matlock now. Oh, do they? What? Really? Jesus. Easy now. Alright. Right, brakes on. Let's tidy up here. Lights. Stand by. Avionics coming off. Right engine. To left engine. Alright. We're looking good there. And we're looking good here. Inverter off. Battery off. Fuel coming off. And we get our flight locks and controls. And there, friends, we have it. A beautiful, beautiful flight. I love the choice of aircraft you've gone with. We got a load of Dukes, but we also have King Airs, Vision Jets, 414s, a freaking A400 for the crack. B55s we've seen here as well. Absolutely incredible. Chips was good. Murph can tell you the guy that works with me to stop eating hard-boiled eggs. They smell bad. Listen, you stop eating hard-boiled eggs in front of Big Al. He'll burst you. Right, that should work. First flight with you guys complete. Loved it. Mr. Minimite. Awesome, dude. Awesome. I love that. You're most welcome. The group flights, for me, that's what this is all about. We get to explore somewhere cool in the world. Maybe even learn something together as a group. I love it. Absolutely love it. So that's going to be it for tonight, friends. Thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in, wherever you tuned in from. We're back to you tomorrow, 10 o'clock Zulu time, 1000 Zulu. That's 11 o'clock Ireland and UK time. We're going to be in X-Plane. And that was the first flight I had in a long time where I didn't have a single issue, says Muse Fan. Excellent result. But yeah, so we daytime stream tomorrow. Bit of X-Plane, but it's on air. That's what we're checking out. We're going to be doing more with our career in that. And also going to be using a little bit more of me fancy Garmin Pilot because I'm liking this. And then tomorrow night we're trucking. And then Wednesday we have the news. Thursday a daytime stream with the DC-6 into Alaska, Ted Stevens. Thursday night we're on VATSIM, and then Friday we have a group flight with the Jets. Bring out the Jets, and we're going to be flying around the Alps. It's an alpine adventure, so it should be fun. But that's quite okay, Malky. If you're not around in the morning, sure, the VODs will be live anyway, and yeah, we'll be sure to say hi. So yeah, guys, listen, thank you all so very, very much indeed. Zybok negative, no F1 tomorrow. We're gonna jump back into trucking. F1 got an update and it knocked a lot of people out of it. We will be getting back into F1 soon though, because it's so much fun, and we'll probably do a week of F1 and a week of trucking, or we might do 2 weeks of trucking and a week of F1. I haven't figured it out yet, but it's definitely trucking tomorrow night anyway, and we'll see where it goes. Do you know, maybe F1 24, I'm not sure. 25, I'm only interested in 25, Zybok, only because 24, different game. It just wasn't as good, you know. But we'll wait and see. But anyway, guys, listen, thank you so very much indeed for tuning in. We will see you all tomorrow, and have a lovely evening. Enjoy the rest of your day, or maybe you've just started a new day, like a new day, not a nude day, Big Al. New day, right? Yeah, we'll catch up in a couple of hours tomorrow morning when we're back at it. So until then, thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in, for all the support as you guys always give. Thank you so very, very much, and see you tomorrow. Good luck. Ready for this to give up? I'm a little teapot, short
Dreamy, sleepy,
and
nighty,
stout.
snoozy, snooze.
Here is me handle, and here is me spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Ah, Jesus!
Oh, stop.
You see? Holy crap. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. We're going in, that's it. There's no turning back at this stage. Jesus, mind the bears.
Look at this big Egypt.
Oh no, we're into dying. Quick, get out. Oh no, we're Jesus. Oh, ooh.
Do you need a hand? No, I don't need a hand. Do I need a hand? It's heavy, yeah? Jesus, Murph! What have you done?
I rarely use this word when it comes to flight sim add-ons. I reserve it only for the special kind. But like, There's no point saying anything other than